This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports on MyTV Charleston.
Welcome to Wildly Knights Stadium, home of the Hanahan Hawks, home for week one of the Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Victory Velocity Mode Power Sports. Man alive, I have been so excited for this night. We've been so fearful for this night, thinking it is going to be so hot, and it's turned out to be an unbelievable night here. Scott Iceberg, Everett Journeyman, I'm Dean Stevens. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And man, what a season we've got teed up for everybody.
Yeah, no question. I showed up tonight and I said, this is the hottest I've ever felt a football field. Then Everett showed up and said, this is perfect for football. And then I saw you and you said, the storms appear to be coming. So I don't think we know what we're getting tonight.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some wet conditions. It could be from, well, humidity, or it could be from rain. But at the end of the day, we have high school football tonight.
Isn't that awesome? It is a beautiful night here. Just walking out, seeing the field, you're just like, we're ready to go. And man, our slate, our schedule of games this year, Scotty, I mean, I love it. We've got next week, you go Berkeley, Fort Dorchester?
Yeah, it's pretty good, and we already saw last night, I should say, what Berkeley can do. 36-0 winners over Stratford last night. It was a really impressive performance. So that's a pretty darn good week 1 and 2 to start year 17.
And then we go Lucy Beckham at Wando, right? East of the Cooper battle.
You know, it is the Battle of Mount Pleasant. They share the same stadium, so I'm sure there'll be a little bit of fun activities going on that night.
Next week, another Mount Pleasant team. The following week, it's Oceanside at Ashley Ridge, and then move on down to Somerville, James Island. On the island?
Yeah, that's going to be the rematch, if you will, from the lower state title last year, where Somerville ran all over James Island. But James Island comes back this year, and I think they might be better than Somerville. They've got more established talent. Somerville lost their best player to Oceanside, so I don't know if I'm betting on that game right now. It might be a Somerville falling to James Island bet on my part.
Yeah, but it's safe to say Ian Rafferty just took that clip that Scotty just said, and it's going to be all over the Somerville locker room.
Yeah.
There we go. And then we double dip. We've got James Island going to Stratford. Stratford, a young football team this year. Double dip back with Stratford at West Ashley the following week. And then we go the Battle of Berkeley County, Cane Bay at Goose Creek.
Yeah, Goose Creek finally got a win last night. 0-10 last year. Brought Jamie Fordham in, an alum, as their head coach. Won last night 53-7. Now, Stoll is certainly young and struggled a bit, but Goose Creek looked pretty good in that game. They really seem to have kind of put it together offensively.
And then we'll see Bishop England for the first time playing at Oceanside, their second appearance on Knights Rivals, Friday night, or Knights Company's Friday Night Rival. And then we finish up with Porter Goud at Pinewood Prep. But when you start looking into this football season, Ian, we go a long way back, man. But some things never change, right? The excitement, the energy, the band, all of it.
It's just what makes high school football in the Low Country so special. You know, great athletes, great coaches. It's going to be an outstanding season, like you said, Scotty. Our 17th. Looking forward to a splendid year.
So we wanted to come to you 30 minutes early, get ready for this game that was supposed to start at 7:30, pushed back because of heat concerns until 8:30. So coming up, tell everybody what we're going to be listening to.
Well, we're going to be seeing me and Everett. We're kind of beating off the head here with the sweat. You don't have to worry about this.
I got you.
You got it. Yeah. Yeah. The sweat. That's kind of the issue. It's been the issue for these teams all spring or fall camp long. I mean, they've just been absolutely torched by the weather. And the wet bulb.
Yeah.
That's really what we're talking about. That is the contraption that every one of these coaches and trainers is looking at the entire time. Because if it hits a certain number, you're not on the field. It's above 89, you're not on the field. Goes down from there, you can be on the field just with helmets. There's certain levels that you've got to get to.
And that's put out by the high school league, by the way. This is not like a district rule. And so, yeah, there are different levels to it.
Yeah, you get that number, and you've got to hit that number, and you want a lower number to get on the field with pads and with helmets. I believe 82 is the number. You got to be below 82 to be out there full go. good thing right now, last I checked, we're like 79. So we should be okay to start this game on time.
Well, we thought the MVPs tonight were going to be the trainers, and they can kind of take a step back. But, you know, the preparation that these teams have done getting ready for a night like tonight with the heat. I mean, we're talking not just hydration, but also nutrition.
Well, at the end of the day, the player safety that's what's important. And so you're right. You have to be hydrated. You have to fuel your body with the necessary food to be able to kind of play 4 quarters of football. So we'll see what happens. But like you said, all really fall camp, these teams have been kind of conditioned to this weather.
Everybody we've talked to, and you played football here a long time ago, but never felt the heat like we felt, you know, the last 2 weeks, even to the point where, I mean, Philip Simmons couldn't even get outside and practice.
Yeah, I think both teams, both coaches said they spent the majority of their fall camp in gyms, trying to find a gym to practice in. Now, Philip Simmons did go a little earlier, but yeah, it's kind of hard to really simulate being in the gym as opposed to being on a football field.
Well, we prepared for the heat, and now we may prepare for the rain. So I don't know how that changes, you know, the strategy of these games.
Yeah, but these two coaches certainly judicious about the heat and keeping their kids safe.
Train wreck. It's been crazy. You know, scrambling, change. You know, you have to have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. You know, facilities are a premium when you can't get outside. You're trying to find somewhere that you can practice and get some work in. So going in the gym isn't quite like practicing out in the low country heat in late August. So, but you make do. Everybody's under the same problem that we are, and so you do the best you can.
I like to joke, you know, I had some unbelievable coaches, Dickie Dingle, you know, Coach Bob Hayes. I don't think this stuff existed back then.
No.
Great men. Don't think the wet bulb was a thing. So, you know, I look back at it now and I'm like, far different from back then. But we always know it's like, all right, there's a window of time.
All right, so that was kind of the inside of the coaches earlier in the week when we were worried about the weather. Not so much now, at least not the heat, worried about the rain. So coming up next, we're going to talk who we're going to look for to be the stars in each position this year around the county.
Yeah, it's one of the most loaded years we have had in a long time as far as talent and college-bound talent. We'll talk about that right on the other side of this break.
Welcome back to Hanahan High School, night one of Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports.
There you go.
I know. I got all year, baby. My apologies to our two title sponsors on this one. Boy, you talk about titles. When you start playing for titles, you got to have those star players, you know, regardless of what position they play, right? And I look back in the day, I mean, we look at, you know, Courtney Brown, you look at Norman Hand, you look at A.J. Green, right? Guys at the time were like, these guys might be pretty good. Who do we got this year that we look at that's comparable to the stretch of players that we've seen through the years?
Well, we're going to start with quarterbacks, and when we talk quarterbacks, we got to talk Aiden Manavian, because Aiden Manavian has done nothing but win state titles. Manavian comes out as a freshman starter, wins a state title. Sophomore, state title. Junior, state title.
You got the entire kitchen sink on the right side.
He's got all he knows is state title. So you got to look at him as number one. He's not big in stature. That's why he didn't get the big-time offers, but I'll tell you what, he's got the big-time talent. Davidson took him. We'll go to the Patriot League. I can guarantee you he'll play really well and lead them to wins, because Oceanside doesn't move without him. We saw a team that moved pretty darn well last night with Henry Rivers at quarterback for the Berkeley Stags, and boy, is he good. He is a guy who rolled up 36 points on Stratford. He can throw the ball 70 yards in the air. He's going to go pitch for Chad Holbrook and College of Charleston, apparently hitting 92-93 on the jugs gun, which is pretty impressive. And Silas Brawner from Pinewood, 6'6". He can sling it too. Brand new last year. He's very young in the game of football. Brawner going to go to Presbyterian College, and he just looks the part.
Yeah,
Nice.
Scotty, and don't forget about Kevin Johnson over there at Northwood playing for Johnny Waters, a young man that's a stat sheet stuffer. He just does it all, leading the charge. And then, of course, the young man that we'll see tonight, Mr. Gallus himself, Tripp, 6'5", has put on 30 pounds of muscle over the summer. He's a left hand. The guy can sling it. We got some solid quarterbacks in the low country.
Well, a lot of times your best quarterbacks turn around and look for the best running backs to hand it off. Who are we looking at there?
Yeah, got to look at Javen Williams at Somerville. He's the guy. He's been doing it since his freshman year. He has done nothing but go to state titles, although he hasn't brought home the big thing yet. That's what Somerville really wants with Javen Williams. He's going to go play for Billy Napier and James Madison. So Javen Williams is a talented back from Somerville, a place that has put out quite a few of those. Jeremy Kendall from Pinewood, we saw what he could do last week, racking up well over 100 yards for the Panthers. And then Carter Hawks over at Timberland High School is a Wake Forest commit, and you know they always have athletes out in the Pines of Timberland. There's no question about it. And you got another one even further out in the Pines.
Yeah, you got Makai Green from Cross, a young man that's done a nice job, will do a nice job up there in the woods. Guys, should we kind of take a break here?
Let's do this. Let's punch to another camera, and then we will come back as soon as we're done with the national anthem.
To our wide receivers now.
We're back now. First audible of the game. Everett German. Well done, my friend.
There you go.
Yeah, wide receivers. Where we start.
Let's go wide receivers. And if you're going to start, it could be the best player in the state, Jaden Kelly Murray. Everett, you've seen him. How good is he?
This guy can do it all. Whether it's wide receiver, he can also play in the secondary, special teams. Was an original commit to the University of South Carolina, decommitted. Now he's going to play for prime time at Colorado. Can't wait to see him twice this year.
And he's playing for prime time Brent LaPratt this year. He's done his damage at Somerville. Now he transfers to Brent LaPratt. Brad, and that's impressive because the guy he's going to line up on the other side, Anthony Williams, going to UNC, Bill Belichick, if Bill Belichick is still around next year there. But bottom line, Anthony Williams, you look at him, and he plays the part of a college receiver. There's no question about that.
Then you have Raphael Palou over at James Island.
Yeah.
Of course, that program really up and coming, so expecting to see some good things from him. Also, Ashton Kellerman, we'll see him here tonight. He'll be the main target for Hayes Gardner here at Philip Simmons. And then Trey Green over at Pinewood. Scotty, I call him the high school version of Kawhi Leonard. His game is very similar on the basketball hoop. The guy can flat out catch the basketball as well. Safe to say he'll be playing on Saturdays as well.
Yeah, he is a really good athlete, man. We saw him fly in that game at Pinewood Prep last year against Porter. He absolutely threw down some rim rockers, so needless to say, he's a guy we could watch on two fronts.
Very nice. Coaching.
Well, we got some other players to talk about as well. When we talk about other players, those are not your skill position guys, but guys we've got to still look at. And when you look at them, Nolan Giant, big-time offensive lineman. His dad, Preston, a Somerville guy, played for the Citadel. Nolan going to go play for Navy, which is, I mean, obviously amazing on a football front, but pretty phenomenal on a regular being a good person front and, representing our nation down the road. So Nolan Giant going to go to Navy. He's got offers all over the place, and he's an interesting one. Ty Johnson over at Beckham is the next Monroe Freeling, if you will. Big guy, Mount Pleasant native, going to Georgia. They're good friends, similar games. Gotta like that. And then another Mount Pleasant player as well, Everett.
Yeah, Jackson Summy. He's been offered at Colorado. He can kick the you-know-what out of the football. So, again, Brett LaPrade, granted they may not, he'll be kicking field goals and extra points a lot this year with that offense. But Summy and also Sam Crumpton, a tight end from James Island. That James Island offense is loaded. So, looking forward to seeing them. And, of course, you got Shank Harris, another offensive lineman over at James Island, who's going to go to Liberty.
Yep, and Sam Crumpton's going to go to Charleston Southern, so we're going to keep him local, which should be a lot of fun. Dino, now we can talk about, because you've always coached us through, we were both your former interns. You have coached us through this career, so I guess our next step is, following you to the police department, right?
With the sheriff's department, right? But I was going to ask you guys, have you met Jackson Summy's PR representative?
I have. Every time I fly out of the airport on Breeze, I do.
Ellie's done a great job. All right, coaches, new coaches. It seems as though more new coaches the last couple of years than I remember in years past. Seems to be cyclical.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the high-profile jobs that came open this year. In the past, when a Somerville or a Fort or one of those opens up, that's a high-profile job that's making national waves. I think the biggest job we had come open was Goose Creek, but that went to an internal candidate, and it was an 0-10 team last year, so I don't think it was as desirable of a job coming in. But Jamie Fordham is the perfect guy to take it because he's the guy who eats, sleeps, breathes Goose Creek. So I like Jamie Fordham as that hire over at Goose Creek.
Yeah, then you got Brooks Burnett over there at Timberland, as well as Joe Hoff over at Stall. So for Burnett, I think it's good. We can kind of get somebody in-house. They have a little more pride, like Jamie at Goose Creek. They know what it takes. They want to instill that pride in these programs. So 3 of the 5 new coaches that we have are here in the Low Country.
Familiarity, a big deal.
Omar Collier at North Charleston. He stepped in last week as a interim. He'll just take it as an interim this year, but Adrian Grady was the coach before him, now the athletics director, so he won't go far. He could help out whenever is needed. Also, Colleton County gets Bradley Adams, a name very familiar to our viewers up in the Georgetown area. He was up at Georgetown High School for quite a while. So those guys all quite excited to take these new gigs in the Low Country.
All right, we are about 12 minutes away from kickoff, but when we come back, we're going to visit with a new coach, but an old friend.
Yep, but first, let's hear from those coaches as we head to break.
It means a lot to be the head coach at Timberland because I was a player there. My dad was a coach at the former school Macedonia that became Timberland, and it's good to get back with the kids. And blood, sweat, and tears on that field, and they're doing the same things, and they're doing a great job, representing the school, and it means something to me to have success at Timberland.
Really not a secret sauce. It's just a simple fact that don't get it too complicated. The fact that our simple philosophy is you love kids first. Take good care of them, put them before anything else that you do, and just work really, really hard. There is no secret to success. It's hard work.
welcome back. There is one coach we didn't talk about just now when we were talking about new coaches. We saved him because he is the most unlikely of new coaches in the area. He is from the area, but if you're a college football fan, you're much more likely to know Paul Hamilton.
To be honest and frank, the St. John's Islanders football job isn't what it used to be. 1A ball, one win over the past 2 seasons, dwindling numbers would scare many off. It called Paul Hamilton's name.
I tell you, Scott, it feels good to be between the goalposts again. I missed it. And it's nice to be home.
An old-school blue-collar coach from James Island gels well with the workmanlike attitude of the island right across the Stono River.
A lot of our kids out here on Johns Island work. They work in the lawns with their families. I've got kids that are working from 6:30 in the morning to 6:30 at night.
Been a long time since Friday Night Lights for a guy whose tale of the tape includes VHS tape from ESPN Game Day.
I love every one of you, and I love what you have given to me. That's good stuff from Paul Hamilton.
And wins over number 1, that one against Paul Johnson and Georgia Southern.
We were going to run it just like the college programs that I coached as a head coach for 20 years and 40 years as a coach. And so I appreciate the kids.
A head coach at East Tennessee State, Elon, Brevard, a coordinator at the Air Force Academy. Now he'll game plan for Military Magnet Academy.
I'll never forget the first game we played Colorado State in front of about 50,000 out there. And me and Coach DeBerry used to jog sometimes after practice together. And he asked me after that game, he said, let me ask you something, Paul. He said, that was a little different than Wofford. I said, yeah, Coach, there were a few more in there. I said, to be honest, though, when the ball got kicked off, it was football again, just like I was back there at Wofford. And so being here at Johns Island with this team, hey, when they kicked that son of a gun off, hey, there's one thing. Hey, one team's trying to win and the other's trying to win also.
He's a grandpa, been out for a few years. These kids don't know his past accomplishments.
Well, I just want them to know me as a guy that cares about them with every ounce of my heart and soul. We're in period 11, and so, Scott, to be honest, I hope we can make period 12 the best thing we've done since I've been here.
Baby steps win championships, but maybe their biggest win this year, the preseason hire.
Pretty cool to see him back here coaching on the other island, the one right across from where he grew up.
All right, thank you, Scotty. We're going to go to break. We're going to show you a few highlights from last night. Everett and I are going up to the press box, and we'll be back in kickoff for the Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports. Back after this.
How about last night? 2 games being played, now a non-region rivalry game between Stratford and Berkeley. So we head to Monk's Corner. Stags march down on their opening drive. Lawrence Washington plunges it in from inside the 5 as Berkeley strikes first. It's 7-0. Stags' second drive. Watch as CFC baseball commit Henry Rivers mishandles the snap. Cool as a cucumber, just picks it up and rumbles for a gain of 40. Berkeley misses a field goal to end the drive. Knights trying to do something on offense. A nice gain by the ball carrier. Gets close to a first down before Julius Milligan puts his helmet on the ball, jaws it loose before he hits the ground, and Berkeley recovers the fumble in plus territory. Stags take advantage. A few plays later, Washington finds pay dirt for the second time in the first quarter. Berkeley manhandled Stratford last night. They look legit. 36-0 the final. 2 brand new head coaches facing off last night in the Creek. Goose Creek alum Jamie Fordham taking over his Gators program, 0-10 last year, and Joe Hoff, who used to be a Goose Creek assistant coach, now the head coach of Stall. Early in this one, Stall playing nice defense. Tyler Brown out in center field. Look what I found, an interception with a nice run back for Stall, but Goose Creek defense pretty stifling, especially with those first game jitters. Bad snap gobbled up by Tiandre Burgess of the Gators. Gators now on offense, a handoff to Sincere Lewis, and Lewis takes off right towards us, right down into the red zone, and Lewis would finish it up from there a few plays later. The first score of the season is a 6-0 after a blocked PAT. More Goose Creek defense. Elijah Mack Jr. showing the speed into the backfield, and the Goose Creek Gators, they're off the schneid, if you will. They throttle Stall last night, 53-7 the final.
I feel like the kids needed it. They deserve it. They've worked for it. Our staff, I'm blessed to have a great staff of people that have been pouring into these kids, and they prepared them for this moment. It's not something that we came in expecting to have a chance. We came in expecting to win. Like, now it's pretty much the process of teaching them how to deal with some success. It's easy to win it, but it's even harder to come back after you have a little bit of success and to remain focused and to put your nose to the hands to the plow and go work again.
Can you smell it? E? Can you smell it?
It's in the air. I was starting to think it's the fall, but definitely it's not the fall. But it is Friday night. It is in mid-August, which means it's time for some high school football.
Week one of Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports. the Iron Horses. Philip Simmons going to kick off to the home team. What should be just a great game. Last year, 40 points up on the board for Hanahan in the win.
Yeah, it was a shootout, 40-34. That game was played, I believe, on Saturday because of weather last year.
Kickoff taken at the 10. As Grayson Mathis, the senior, going to be brought down at about the 20-yard line. Players to watch in this game, E. Who do you want to go with?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the quarterbacks. We'll start with Hanahan, Trip Gallus. We talked about him earlier in the pregame show. 6'5", now 230 pounds. Last year in this game, he threw for 361 yards and 3 touchdowns. He already has an offer from Eastern Michigan, and he definitely will be picking up more. The big junior, definitely a prospect to watch.
Gallus out of shotgun. 4 wide receivers up top. So, yeah, let's go left with it. He hits Quamel Grant. Grant's going to fight for about 8 yards. Second and short. As for the offense tonight, there you see it. Gallus, Snodgrass, he's going to be exciting to watch. There's your big fellas up front, and then your wide receivers. We've already seen Mathis on the kick return, Grant on the first play, and Sabek, the running back. Going to see him all over the field.
Yeah, obviously you see this bunch formation here, trying to cause some confusion against this Philip Simmons defense.
Looks left, going to stay left, goes up top. Man, floats it right in. Grant down to the 20-yard line. Boy, you talk about feathery touch, just drop it right in.
And that's why we've been talking about the hype about Trip Gallus. A perfectly thrown football. That's our first Plum Pro Plus first down of the game. Gallus 2 for 2, picking up right where he left off last season.
And they're going to go fast. Again, they go the 4-receiver set up top. That's Nevaeh Gordine in the slot. They're going to hand it off up the middle. And that's Isaiah Snodgrass. As for the starting lineup, as we take a look for Philip Simmons.
Tackle, by the way, made by Deavante Irvin, the senior, as well as Patrick Clark. So take a look at that starting lineup. Johnson, Hood, Eric Bendig, really excited about that front line and thinks he has some solid D1 prospects there in the secondary that can absolutely fly with the football.
Power on the right side. He's going to go across the middle. This one sails just a little bit, trying to get that skinny post. It's going to make it 3rd and about 4.
You know, Dean, with it being the first game of the season, you expect some jitteries, a little bit of nerves on both sides of the football. And I think tonight it'll be magnified even more because of the lack of on-the-field practice that these teams have been able to have because of the weather. So it'll be interesting. Maybe that first quarter, first half kind of feel each other out here early on.
Gallus looks back, gets a signal, checks the wristband, calls the play. That's going to go right back up the middle. That worked well the first time. Going to work well the second time for Snodgrass. Now you know why they like him so much. Just power and speed up the middle.
Yeah, Urban and Clark once again on the stop. And I always say your best friend if you're a quarterback is to have a running game so they can't just sit back. Nice run by the Hawks on this opening drive.
Philip Simmons cracks down on that one. By the way, that first down is your Plum Pro Plus, serving the Low Country's HVAC and plumbing needs for 20-plus years.
Take a look
at
at that.
Velocity Power Sports replay. Love the touch. And you know, when I heard the coach say it last year, he was playing about 6'5", 200 pounds, and now he's 6'5", 225. Snodgrass going to take somebody up the middle with him.
Now, he's a dual threat quarterback. Also plays 2 sports, a member of the Hanahan baseball team as well.
This is also Roper St. Francis Red Zone. Roper St. Francis Healthcare for a life lived here.
So it looks like Gallus is coming out. Is this their big Hawk package? Is the quarterback on the sideline? Let's see what Coach Turner breaks the huddle with.
Yeah, it is.
Big number 21 looking inside, going to tiptoe, going to find his way in. That's Xavier Sabak, the running back. First touchdown of the year here for the home team.
Big package for Hanahan. Very impressive. Coach Turner has to be with that opening drive to be able to go down, no penalties, able to throw it, able to run it. A lot of confusion on that opening drive for this Iron Horse defense. Good start, as that's a trident technical college touchdown.
Your
for the
future,
Hawks.
your college. Sam Campbell with the extra point. Make it a 7-0 game, 8:57. I like the way this is turning out for us. We got cloud coverage, we get breeze, and we got to have a great football game.
Like I said, last year, 74 points scored in that one. Looks like we're definitely, after at least one possession, seem to be on that path as well.
The starting lineups, by the way, brought to you by Sunbelt Rentals. Without the right equipment, you've got no game, and they provide the scissor lift, which is in the opposite end zone, and our guy up there in the sky.
So it'll be important. I don't think Philip Simmons or Hanahan wants to get into a shootout. They'd like to maybe try to slow this down, but now it'll be time for Philip Simmons to show what they can do, led by Hayes Goddard, their outstanding quarterback.
Got there for like 2,600 yards last year, 30 touchdowns. We're sitting here just talking about Trip Gallus. I think we're going to have an amazing display of leadership and quarterback play tonight. We talked about Ashton Kellerman, the wide receiver, as well earlier. They start 4 wide receivers. Amonte Taylor's the only running back. And you got 3 seniors and 2 juniors on that offensive line. Kick taken about the 7 or 8 yard line. Going to cut it inside. And then a huge hit by Troy Davis.
As we often call it, Dino, roll call at the football. And Troy Davis, the sophomore there, the initial hawk to make the contact.
That was Jeremiah Richardson on the return. Eric Bendig loves that kid. All right, take a look at Hanahan's defense. You've got Jackson Mitchell, Manigault, and Maduro. A lot of seasoned linemen up front, and then your big linebackers, Meyer, Abrams, and then your quick Mathis and Grant, your quarterbacks. They got speed. And Solar as well.
When we talk about the excellence of Gallus, last year Hayes Goddard in the shootout, he threw for 267 yards and 2 touchdowns, so no slouch there by any stretch of the imagination.
Iron Horses handed off early. Maybe just a 2-yard gain by Ryland Donnelly.
You know, Dean, we talked with Eric Bingdid, the head coach of Philip Simmons, as well as Milan Turner earlier this week, and both of them kind of had a different strategy because of the weather, but I don't know, that strategy may change now because it's not what we expected in terms of the humidity and guys playing both ways.
Goddard steps up, flag down on the play. This is going to go, this is going to come back. But boy, you see the athleticism with Goddard.
Ooh.
Big hit. I think he escaped it. I think.
Nice run by Goddard, showing that he can tuck it and run should he need to. A big run, but as you mentioned, Dean, it's going to be negated as that penalty flag thrown at the 10-yard line, definitely in the area of holding.
As your Velocity Power Sports replay. So you see a little bit of the running game that we hadn't really talked about. So he's got the ability to break that pocket. First penalty of the game, going to come back holding.
And it's going to be important for Philip Simmons to go on long, sustained drives, kind of shorten this game, try to keep that high-powered offense of Hanahan on the sideline. So to do that, you have to be able to run the football, use as much time on the play clock as possible, and just kind of put first down after first down together.
Yeah, we were so witty and smart in our pregame interviews, talking about, we're going to slow the game down, like to, conserve energy. Little swing pass, Hanahan's defense on it. Maybe lost a yard, right? We had all these. They talked about how they're going to have to sub and, every 3 or 4 series bring in a second set. I don't think we see any of that tonight.
Yeah, no, by the way, a nice stop there by Ben Jackson. the senior linebacker. But you're right, Dean. I mean, it's nice. It's a perfect night for high school football. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought this was maybe late October or even November because of how cool it feels, and you have a nice little breeze here tonight.
So you got 3 and a whole bunch. Let's call it 20. Goddard back, looks, gets pressure, throws it on the right side. Nice move, cut inside. One tackle broken, but not the other one for Kellerman. He's going to come up, I don't know.
It'll be close. It's Kwamel Grant on the stop. You see Goddard here just making something happen.
I think they try. I don't think they're going to measure. Nope, they're going to walk it right on down.
Wow.
On 3rd and 20, huge play, Goddard to Kellerman.
Yeah, and if you're the defense coordinator, the one thing you don't want is to have them convert on 3rd and long. You have to keep everything in front of you, come up and make the tackle. But give credit to the Iron Horses. Kellerman made some guys miss. That's why he was able to pick up the first down.
There's another flag coming up. We were talking about some of the windows of opportunity for both of these teams, what they have to do to secure a victory tonight. They were very similar, but also different in what those elements would be.
I think for Philip Simmons, as we take a look at our window source, windows of opportunity for them, it's being able to run the football, like I said, and keep Hanahan on the sideline offensively, and then defensively try to confuse Trip Gallus, give him just some different looks there on the defensive side.
Goddard back looks, slings it, in and out of the hands of his wide receiver. There's number 12, Blake Johnson. But boy, you love the base of Hayes Goddard. I mean, he was wide, and man, that thing flew out of his hand.
Yeah, and those are the ones you have to come up with. You just got to look it into your hands. He probably tried to run before he caught the football. Nice throw, simple, nice little 5-yard curl. But they live for another day. It'll be 2nd down for the Iron Horses.
2nd and 15. Converted their last 3rd and 20. Goddard back, goes right back over the middle. Back to back drops. That was by number 24. Alex Trurick.
Yeah, that's another one. You have to watch that ball all the way into. Probably got a little excited because he knew he had so much running room after the catch. And if you're Goddard right now, you're saying, guys, you're killing me. You got to bring those in so that we can keep these drives going.
But that's where you find leadership, right? Good leaders don't look at a guy and go, come on, Everett.
Well, but
I
then
can't
again,
believe you just said that.
You want to go back to that guy to get his confidence back. Yeah.
Swings it. Let's just say 3 times we had hands on a football.
That one, maybe Goddard put a little bit too much heat on that one, maybe a little bit of touch to kind of, and then what you want to do is lead your receiver up the field. He kind of threw it right at him, unable to convert. So now we will see our first punt of the year.
I think that if you would talk to the offensive coordinator for Philip Simmons, they found a soft spot in that defense. They know they can throw it across the middle for about 8 yards. That pass has been open twice now on that series. That's Brady Evan, number 6, punting for Philip Simmons. This one's short, goes forward. What a bounce. Goes down about the 44-yard line, and that is where Trip Gallus and Hanahan will set up their second possession of the game. With 6:40 on the clock. We're going to take our first game break with 6:40. It's Hanahan 7, Philip Simmons nothing. You are watching Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports. Welcome back, everybody. The window source of the Low Country. Only one source, the window source. And we're talking about the window of opportunity during that last possession. We talked about Philip Simmons. What about Hanahan?
I think for Hanahan, Dean, we know that Trip Gallas can throw the football, but can they run the football? You want to set up that run game to kind of help offset the passing game and keep that defense obviously honest. And then defensively, yeah, you kind of want to make Philip Simmons be one-dimensional. If you can somehow be able to limit that passing game, kind of force him to run it, that's what you want. That's our window source, window of opportunity.
Let's now go down to the field, and the third member of our team, Trooper Bobby, standing by with some friends from Velocity Power Sports. Bob?
Little light drizzle falling here on the field, but I'm here with Kyle Gapser from Velocity Sports. Kyle, what separates your dealership from the others?
You know, one thing about us that separates us is going to be the fact that we have multiple brands all under one roof. So we offer our customers a little different thing. We're able to compare before you buy. So coming to us, you're going to see multiple different brands, and we're going to figure out the right machine just for you.
I was going to tell you, you mentioned compare before you buy. Why is that so important?
The biggest thing is most people go to a store and they only have one or two selections to go by. Here at Velocity, we have multiple different brands under one roof, which makes it easy to compare between the different brands and which model is really going to fit you the best.
If someone's never owned a side-by-side or an ATV, where should they start?
Start right there at Velocity Power Sports. Come on down and check us out. We'll be there Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturdays till 4.
You're here, Friday Night Rivals. Why is that so important to you guys?
We got to get out there with the community. We're here, Friday Night Rivals, and we're ready to go.
All right, man, here, so I see, you think we got a touchdown in the background. We'll send it back upstairs. You got it.
We just saw a couple of things. We saw that feathery touch by Trip Gallas, but man, I loved his pocket presence. He was able to move out of that pocket. He signaled the wide receiver down the field, Quamel Grant.
Yeah, did a nice job, Dean. He felt the pressure coming up. He stepped up in the pocket, kind of directed his wide receiver down the field, and threw an absolute beautiful pass to his wide receiver, Quamel Grant. You couldn't ask for more. What a start for this Hanahan offense.
And by the way, Grant did a pretty nice job once he got the ball in his hands, right?
Just being able to make guys miss. As we take a look at the Velocity Power Sports replay here, you see him step up in the pocket. You see him wave this guy down, threw him open. Beautiful ball. And again, you have to be able to make guys miss. He ran right through the tackle, ran out of the tackle into the end zone for another Trident Technical College touchdown. Dean Stevens.
Your future, your college.
Tell you
Everett,
what,
German.
If Trip Gallas keeps throwing the football like that and Quamel Grant keeps catching it, safe to say their future will definitely be on Saturdays playing at the next level.
Let's send it back down the field with Trooper Bob. He's brought us some good luck there for Hanahan. Bob?
Opportunity School, founded in 1921 by the late Dr. Will Lou Gray. Trenton Glenn, the recruiter for the school, you're out here. What's the mission of the school and where are you located?
The mission of the school is to serve the citizens of South Carolina ages 16 to 19 who are at risk of not earning a high school diploma or they're finishing school. So that could be due to truancy, not working out in traditional schools, just pretty much anything, even unstable home life. We're located in West Columbia, South Carolina.
What type of services are offered by the school?
Services are counseling, obviously education. They can earn their South Carolina high school equivalency diploma. We provide life coping skills. We provide great academics, even military structure.
And when does enrollment start?
Well, right now we're going through the admissions process, so you could contact our admissions department at 803-896-6461 or admissions at wlgos.sc.gov, and you'll start the enrollment process by setting up an interview with our admissions department, and that will get the ball rolling. We start our next cycle on the 26th of October.
Well, thank you for all that you do. 1921, that's a long way. A lot of opportunities for people in the community. Keep up the good work. I'll send it back upstairs.
On that kickoff, ball went out at about the 2-yard line, and then Philip Simmons just called their first timeout. Didn't like something that they were looking at there. So they decided to call a timeout and reset. We'll do the same. Go to break. 14-0 Hanahan. Welcome back to Wiley Knight Stadium, home of the Hanahan Hawks, home of the 14-0 Hanahan Hawks over Philip Simmons. You know, Eric Bendig, you take a look at this Philip Simmons team. He has won 10 games the last 3 years.
Yeah,
each year, by the way. Not 10 over 3 years.
They keep getting deeper and deeper in the playoffs every year. His culture is just something that he's obviously built. This is his 10th season. Hard to believe. I remember when I was calling games, Dean, when Bendig played football over at Wanda as a tight end.
Yeah.
And now he's leading one of the top high school programs in the country. So proud of him, proud of this program that he's built. But right now, he's in the danger zone. You can't really spot Hanahan too many points.
No snap from the 2-yard line. Try to get him to jump. They don't. A little off tackle, breathing room, out to about the 5 or 6 yard line. I believe that was Xavier Sabak.
And as we both know, Dean, still plenty of time left. This is just the first quarter. I think for Eric, just an opportunity to kind of take some time off the clock, maybe try to go on a long, sustained drive, and maybe cap it off with some points. But definitely the worst thing that can happen here is a 3-and-out or obviously a turnover.
Ball pitched back. Sabak to the left side gets hung up by his running back. It was a nice tackle by number 22. Called his name a couple of times.
It's the Lucas Meyer on the stop. Again, missed block there. Just allowed Meyer as well as Sam Campbell to kind of penetrate and get into the backfield. So big third down coming up here for the Hawks.
See Sabak.
The Iron Horses.
.5:15 left, 3rd and 6. Deep in the end zone, looks, scrambles, going to throw it this time. Nice ball, better catch. They're going to say no, he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, Kellerman thought he got there, but guess he couldn't get the foot in bounds, and as a result, it's going to be a 4th down coming up for Philip Simmons, and unfortunately for them, they're going to have to punt it back to a red-hot Hawk offense.
That was Ashton Kellerman on the catch.
I don't know, Dean. He may have got, of course, we're across the field. Not the darkest, but
we'll go back. We'll go back to it.
and just
we'll
see.
Go back. I mean, it may be week 1, but the officials don't get you a break.
Yeah, that's true. They're in midseason form.
We've got Hanahan, I believe, calling a timeout. My bodyguard just showed up.
Yeah, it's one of those situations here, Dean, for Philip Simmons. You got to be in max protection. Now, I don't know, but if I'm Hanahan, I was going to take a look at the replay as we take a look at the replay.
I think his right foot may have. It looks like his right foot was down, and it looks like it comes up. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I can't really see.
Unfortunately, we had sideline cameras. We left them. We forgot them back in the day.
Yeah, that we did. But I don't know if I was saying if I'm Milan Turner and I'm obviously the head coach for Hanahan, I don't know if I go for the block. I just set up the return because you're probably going to get outstanding field position. And, of course, if you do try to set up the block, you could get a roughing the kicker, running into the kicker. So take a look at our Smokes Comfort Control Dean game stats.
Guaranteed for life since 1962. I was born in 63. I'm guaranteed for life so far. Yeah, we'll have game stats coming up throughout the game, but right now the only statistic you really need to know is the 14-0.
That's always the most important one.
They do force a little bit of pressure. This one, a line drive, bounces in and out of the hands of Hanahan's Quamal Grant. Nice tackle by number 18, Philip Simmons. It's Tyrus Alston.
Yeah, great coverage there. Yeah, great coverage that time by Alston, able to get down and come up with a big stop. And actually, from a Philip Simmons standpoint, that's pretty decent in terms of, I thought it would be a little closer to the end zone in terms of the starting field position, but a nice punt by the Iron Horses. Now let's see if that defense can try to confuse Trip Gallus, because right now he definitely is in a rhythm.
What do? You bring pressure, or you let him sit back there and start threading?
That's a good question. Let's see what Bendig comes up with.
Pressure on the outside. Nice open field tackle by number 3, Quamal Grant. Needed to be done.
Actually, that's Rico Curry of Philip Simmons on the stop for the Iron Horses. A nice open field tackle, as you mentioned, Dean. But, yeah, right now it's kind of like pick your poison. Hanahan has shown they can run the football. Obviously, we know they can throw it. And you just talk about, you're starting to see a third-year quarterback, Trip Gallus, who knows the system left and right, really starting to settle in.
There we go. That was pressure for the first time. Gallus gets hit, goes to the ground, ball flutters away. Make it 3rd and about 6.
And talking with both coaches, Coach Bendig as well as Coach Turner, they just was so pleased with the progress of both quarterbacks made over the summer in terms of really studying the offense and watching film and knowing where pressures were coming from. This for both of them, well, at least for Hayes, this is his 2nd year in the system. For Tripp, his 3rd. Everything, I feel like, Dean, the game is just starting to slow down for these guys. They're starting to see the field clearly. That's why, at least thus far for Tripp, we've been able to see him have the success that he has.
3rd and 6, going to hand it off up front. And a first down will be close. A nice run there by Isaiah Snodgrass. Called his name a time or two. He feels confident he got the first down.
Leeson Stockton as well as Roman Hood on the stop. See the senior.
They will give the first down to him.
Also,
I'm not.
Well, you can't slight Micah Dutton now. Micah was on the stop as well.
They did not give him the first down.
But when you got a 6'5", 235-pound quarterback, safe to say you can get in the old Jalen Hurts Philly shove or the Hawk shove and lean forward.
I think Coach Bendig was upset that the official farthest away, the official right in front of the Hanahan bench, farthest away from the sticks, called it a first down. You know what I'm saying?
So you wanted
he wanted to know, how could you see that far away? That's why he was calling, I believe, to get a measurement.
And he was right.
And Coach Bendig was right.
It's safe to say Eric Bendig does not have the eyes of Dean Stevens or Everett Sherman, because I could be.
Tell him what you just said to me during the break.
Well, basically, when we're up here broadcasting, I think we got Tim Fennell out there in the scissor lift out there in center field. So, Dean, normally during the broadcast, you and I stand and try to watch the actual game.
Yes.
But our eyes are so bad now that we've resorted to just watching the screen here up in the booth, so that we can see what's going on.
Yeah, we need a 48-inch TV up here. 4th and short. They go hard count. Iron Horses don't bite. And the Hanahan's going to take their 2nd timeout, I believe.
When you got that big backfield, just give it to Gals. Let them either quarterback sneak it or turn around and hand it off to their big bruising tailback, Snodgrass.
You look at it this way, too. If you're stopped, right? If you're stopped, you're giving Philip Simmons the ball at the 40. You got a 2-touchdown lead where you could punt it and make him go another 90 yards.
The way your defense is playing right now, you kind of have Philip Simmons on their heel, so you want to attack. You don't want to let them off the hook. So, yes, again, if you had 5 foot, well, if you had me back there trying to quarterback sneak, yeah, then maybe you should punt it. But if you got 6'5", 230, yeah, get him under center and just let him go and push his way forward for a first down.
How about a little play action fake? Just throw a bomb. This one's going to go right at the gut, and that will be a first down.
Yeah, I mean, Philip Simmons has not shown that they can stop this Hanahan offense. So, again, keep applying the pressure on the defense. Make the defense stop. And the more that you can run the football, that's just going to open up the play action where you could take a shot down the field. It would not surprise me if we see a shot right here down the field from Trip Gallus.
That was a Plum Pro Plus first down, serving the Low Country's HVAC and plumbing needs for 20-plus years. 2 receivers set. Snodgrass up the middle. This one thrown out to the right side. Nice catch by Grant off the top of his shoes. Pickup of 7. And that's the throw that college quarterbacks like to see.
Yeah, across the hash mark. He has the arm strength to get it there. Nice throw. Nice tackle by Patrick Clark. I can assure you the one thing a cornerback probably does not want to be is an open field one-on-one and have to get a shifty wide receiver down, but Patrick Clark able to do it on that stop.
So 2nd and 5, 4 receivers set. Now Snodgrass behind Gallus. Now they go power to the right side. Hand it off to Snodgrass. They have found something that they like in the middle of that line. That should be enough for a first down.
And that's actually Navius Gordine. They kind of snuck the sophomore in on you, Dean, as Gordine able to kind of give Snodgrass a little bit of a breather in the run game.
Yeah, they talked about him as kind of the second or the third running back in that stable.
Kind of a change of pace guy.
Coach Turner really likes his running back room. And again, this is a team, Hanahan, that has been really growing together. Go right back up the middle, breaking a couple of tackles. A first down run, pick up about 2.
Irving on the stop. I've said his name several times tonight. Diavante. And you're right. Third year here at Hanahan, he's done a great job of kind of rallying this community together, getting the kids excited about coming out, playing football. As we all know, the youth today, they want to be a part of something successful. They've done a great job here at Hanahan, and a lot of that starts with the football team and Coach Turner.
2nd and 8. Now we go power left. Handoff goes left. And how about that? Just take another guy off the bench. That's Gordine, running back / wide receiver. He joins Sabak in the backfield and Snodgrass. That is a 3-headed monster right there.
And right now, Hanahan is being able to do whatever they want. They can throw it, they can run it. They've done a nice job of mixing up the play calling, really keeping the Iron Horses on their heels.
Go back in the middle. Nice job by number 10 flashing in. That's Diavante Irving.
And right now, you just want to get out of this first quarter. You're Philip Simmons. You're down 2 touchdowns. Kind of regroup. All right, guys, it was the first quarter of the new season. We're all right. We're only down 2 touchdowns. We're a turnover away or a big play away from being right back in this game. But so far, it's been all – the Hawks are soaring here in the first half at Hanahan.
They face a 4th and 2 when we come back for the second quarter. Will Hanahan kick it? I think they will. They've got their field goal guy warming up. We're just getting warmed up.
Here comes
I feel
the
like
rain.
we've been taken out of the deep freeze. Here comes the rain. Nobody here cares. 14-0. Iron Horse got a job to do. Welcome back. 14-0 Hanahan over Philip Simmons. You're watching Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports. Our host school grant tonight, sponsored by Knights Companies. Knights Companies and News 4 proud to present each participating home school a check for $500. The grant provides each school with extra funding to help make the school great. Over the past 16 seasons, Friday Night Rivals and our sponsors have donated more than $170,000 to Low-Country students and schools. Congratulations from Knights Companies and ABC News 4.
Such a great honor to have Knights Company again as our sponsor of our Friday Night Rivals. Their involvement in the community is so huge. And what they do for all of our high schools here, we appreciate it. And as you take a look at this Hanahan sideline, packed, visiting side, over halfway packed. Just a great night for high school football. It looks like Hanahan's going to go for it, being on 4th and short.
Got Tristan Green, number 32, as the up back. And that's who they're going to follow. And that is Nevaeh Gordine picking up first down. By the way, that was your Plum Pro Plus first down, serving the Low Country's HVAC and plumbing needs for 20-plus years. All right, let's go down to the sidelines. We have our Thumbs Up Guys Educator Spotlight. The Thumbs Up Guys, your personal injury law firm, winning cases, winning your trust.
Here on the sidelines, but I'm still here with Dr. Taylor Bradley from Hanahan High School. Sir, what are some of the exciting things going on here at Hanahan this year?
Well, we've got a lot of great things happening here. You know, one of the big things we're doing at Hanahan is we're just improving what's already in place. Actually, end of last year, our band program won Superior with distinction for the first time in years, and so we're very excited for our band program. A lot of great traditions here, and we're looking at just improving what we're doing already. A lot of great stuff here happening.
Well, keep up the good work, because the student section is just as loud as the band out here.
Oh, yeah, they're great. They're fired up. We're ready to go. First game of the season. We're ready.
Thank you for all that you do and your staff and your faculty. I'll send it back upstairs.
Second running touchdown by the Hawks tonight, 21-0. As Gordine pounds it in from the 2.
Tell you what, Dean, if I'm Hanahan and I'm Coach Turner, I say, hey, you know what? When we get the ball, we have Trooper Bob do an interview.
Oh, yeah, you like that? Trooper Bob's 2 for 2.
When he's been interviewing, and the Hawks have been able to punch it in. This time, Gordine extends that lead.
Oof. By the way, that's your Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college.
Well, very impressed. Whether this was game 1 or game 10, this what we've seen offensively and defensively from Hanahan, it's just special. To even compound it even more, the fact that you take a look at the replay here, nothing fancy, just a straight shotgun direct snap. But as I was saying, what makes it so special is the fact that this Hanahan team, for most of the fall camp, they were trying to literally find gyms to practice in. Sometimes at rec centers, because obviously you got volleyball, you got cheerleading, you got other things going on at Hanahan. So the fact that more of their time has been spent in the gym than on the field, and then come out and put on this performance here. Coach Turner may not ever practice again outside. He may just continue to practice in the gym.
One of his great lines was, hard to find hash marks in a gym. Hey, let me rip off some names here real quick. Donovan Manigault, Brandon Maduro, Noah Hill, Elijah Mitchell, Connor Schleiser.
Them dudes are opening some holes. I mean, holes big enough for me to carry the ball through.
They're doing some, they're moving some sod. They need to come to my house.
From the pallets.
They were moving some man.
But we always mention, Dean, no matter how good your skill players are, they are nothing without those guys in the interior.
Philip Simmons going to let that ball trickle out of bounds. That's Jeremiah Richardson. Goes out at about the 14-yard line.
And if you're Philip Simmons right now and Coach Bendig, the most important thing is mentally you have to stay engaged. Yes, we're down 3 touchdowns, but again, it's still the first half. So just like they've been able to score in their first 3 possessions, the same can happen for them. They got to get something positive to happen for them to kind of turn the tide.
Well, their last possession, which started about the 2-yard line, they ran it twice. Fairly conservative and never really able to get out of the shadow of the goalpost. I'll be interested to see here what they do, because you go back to that early drive that he had, 2 passes dropped across the middle. I mean, the ball they can move the ball up the field.
And he had the big run that unfortunately was negated
Penalty
by the
as
penalty.
well. Yeah, so Coach Bentley's going to look at the first quarter tape and go, I'm not watching the first quarter tape. Looks right, throws just a little bit ahead of Ashton Kellerman.
And I like the idea of trying to lead him up the field, but again, you don't want to throw a fastball there. Maybe kind of throw a changeup, kind of loft it so that way he can have an opportunity to kind of look that one in. Just a little bit too much arm strength on that swing pass.
Yeah, you saw the zip for sure. See if they go back over the middle on 2nd and 10. Pressure's there, steps up, looks, throws, man open. Good hit down the field. Kellerman reels it in. Big gain, first one of the day for the Iron Horses.
Veer Patel on the stop. And I tell you, I was about to call him Hayes King, the former quarterback of Georgia Tech.
I love that guy.
But on that play, he kind of looked like Baker Mayfield on the move.
Don't like that guy.
That's right. Keep getting your.
But I like Hayes Goddard. I like how he moves around that pocket, gives his receivers an opportunity. Looks left, that's where he's going to go.
There you go.
Tuck the ball and run, fella. And he does. That's Jeremiah Richardson.
Nice, simple, easy throw out the backfield. Give it, throw a catchable pass, which is what he did. Big play, nice stop there by Hanahan, the leader guy, Ben Jackson, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, you think about it. I mean, you expect mistakes. First game of the year.
Right.
But theirs came on the first couple of drives. Those 2 drop balls, the long game negated by the penalty.
Those are fixable mistakes. That's what's going to be exciting for this Iron Horse coaching staff. These are things that, again, easy fixes. You just have to watch the ball in.
Goddard looks right. He's going to scramble right. He's got some movement. And there's another strike. Boy, his receivers do a nice job. Keeping eye contact, sees what's going on, and then they make a break up the field towards the quarterback. I believe that was Tyrus Alston, number 9.
Michael Withers.
No, it was not. I think you're.
Defensively, it was Michael Withers and also Julian Washington, I believe, were on the stop for Hanahan.
I got you. Owen Burns splitting far right. He's got Alston on the inside, number 18. He's a freshman.
And just go out there and make plays. And when stuff breaks down, Hayes, just make a play. That's what the Iron Horses need.
He's going to take it straight up the middle. A wall of orange just collapses on top of him after a gain of maybe 2.
Lucas Meyer again, as well as Donovan Manigault on the stop. Hayes Garter right now just playing not necessarily backyard football, but you know his team. When things break down, you gotta improvise.
Who is your favorite backyard football character, E-Dog?
It's a great question. I am 52. The memory's not what it used to be.
I know. It was a great game. You know what? Do me a favor. Text Jack and ask him. He'll tell you who it was quickly. Goddard looking right. 2nd and 8. Got a man across the middle. Drops it right into the crook of his elbow for a first down. That was nice. Owen Burns came back a little bit for the ball.
And just finding holes. Just go find in the middle of that zone. Just find an empty space. Stop, turn around, and sit down and let Goddard hit you on the spot. And all of a sudden, we talked about it, they needed a long, sustaining drive that needs to be capped off with some points. 1st and goal coming up for the Iron Horses.
That was your Roper St. Francis Red Zone. Roper St. Francis Healthcare for a life lived here. 21-0, 8 minutes left on the clock. Iron Horses have found a little magic. We'll see if they can cash in after the break. right, welcome back, everybody. You know, that was really one of the smells you missed throughout the year. That football concession stand smell. What's it smell like? A little French fry, a little corn dog. Got that burger going on the back grill.
Especially here at Hanahan, because it literally is right outside this door. So maybe someone is watching the broadcast here in the stadium, and maybe they'll bring the talent. And I use that word loosely.
What?
The talent, just so we can sample and help them sell their product. Nobody here.
Listen, I think the hardest place, we'll talk about it after this. All right, first and goal for the 4-yard line. Rylan Donnelly in the backfield. No, that's Sayback, number 21. Tall, in the end zone. Love this kid. And that is exactly what they needed, E-Dog.
Yes, indeed. A touchdown for the Iron Horses is Amonte Taylor strikes first for the Iron Horses. The senior running back gets the first points of the year for Philip Simmons. A much-needed drive, a much-needed touchdown. Not so fast, my friends, in the great words of Lee Corso. This game is not over. Philip Simmons has arrived.
I mistakenly called him Sayback because he was 21 but plays for Hanahan.
All right.
Thank you.
It's game one.
I have to be back at the facility by 10 o'clock tonight. We got to hurry this thing up.
But a big drive, as you mentioned, Dean. Much needed. Also allow that Philip Simmons defense to get a little rest, kind of have them rejuvenate themselves. So take a look here at the replay. Nothing fancy there out of the Wildcat formation. Just handed it off. They were able to get a tutty, as the young generation says.
That was your Knights Company's replay. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. Which also brought me to the fact that it was also a Trident Technical College. Touchdown, your future, your college.
One of the areas, special teams, we've not really talked about tonight. And they did mention that for the first time in a long time, a new kicker out for him this year. Kicking off will be Sutton Schultz. Area that he not has had to worry about over the past several years.
Teed at the 40. This one drilled deep. Fumbled around at the 2-yard line. Picked up. Mouthpiece swaying in the breeze. Switches hand to the left side. Math is going to turn the corner to the 30, to the 35, 40, 45. Tries to get that little bit of juice. Going to take it down to the 45-yard line.
I wonder if the kickoff team kind of broke down, kind of fumbled the initial kickoff, and I think maybe they kind of rested thinking it was going to be able to come up with the big hit. But give credit to Grayson Mathis as he was able to outrun, ran through that tackle, able to turn the corner. A big gain, not necessarily what the Iron Horses wanted, but this drive will begin in Philip Simmons territory. Now let's see if Gallus and this offense can pick up right where they left off the last time we saw them on the field.
I'd throw it to Mathis right here. I would throw it right to
number
one.
1-on-1 at the bottom of the field. He's shown he has that touch, Dean. Let's see.
No, why would we throw it? We've been running it so well.
Oh, great tackle.
Iron Horses figured something out, or had a little talking to maybe. That was Sayback on the carry there.
Yeah, on the stop for the Iron Horses. Big number, is that number 60 for the Iron Horse. Big old Bernard Jenkins, 5'8", 270-pound senior, making his presence felt in the backfield.
First time Hanahan's been behind the chains. Pressure coming in the middle. Pressure taken down. I believe that was number 24, Alex Churk, on the tackle.
I don't know what the defensive coordinator said over on the side, but
yeah,
whatever he said.
You know exactly what he said. We just
definitely
can't say it.
It definitely has lit a fire in this defense. And now for the first time tonight, we'll see a big third down play coming up for Hanahan. As slowly but surely, Dean, it feels like the momentum has swung to the side of Philip Simmons.
I'll let you know after this play about momentum. They say momentum's just as good as your next play.
And you knew Philip Simmons was not going to just die. You know, they have too much pride. The culture wouldn't allow them. But they're trying to fight their way back into this contest.
You got one-on-one on both sides. Little slip screen. Ooh. Dangerous throw, almost picked off by Devontae Irving. But Philip Simmons figured out something on that defensive line because they brought pressure on all 3 downs, bringing up the Hanahan punt team for the first time.
You can't let Gallus get comfortable back there. As you see him, he's kind of retreating, throwing off his back foot. Good job. They had that screen set up, had he been able to complete it. But a 3-and-out force by the Philip Simmons defense. That's exactly what you want of your Eric Bendig. Get the football back into the hands of the playmaker, Hayes Goddard. Now let's see if this Hanahan defense can kind of come up with the stop on this Philip Simmons offense.
We have conversation going on with the referees, and they're pointing at the clock. Yeah, we'll hold here. Not a flag down. Clock's in working order.
Yeah, it looked like Eric Bendig was looking for an explanation of some sort. He's on the field, as you can see, talking to the white hat.
I'm going to tell you something. We are, 10 minutes into this game, and he has got his 10,000 steps in already.
Well, it's one of those things you're a little nervous with so much uncertainty in the fall camp. Just not sure what you're going to see from your team. His team got off to a slow start, but slowly but surely has been able to kind of turn it around. You see that student section at Hanahan in full effect tonight here at Wiley Knight Stadium.
Hanahan 6-6 last year. I have a hard time seeing this team losing 6 games this year.
Unless they're playing in the NFC East or the SEC, I doubt it.
Iron Horses bring pressure. And that'll be down at about the 18-yard line.
Troy Davis there to down it for the Hawks.
Nice job by Sam Campbell to get that thing off. We've got a timeout, a break on the field, 21-7. Can Philip Simmons rally for their second score? We'll find out after this. Back to Wiley Knight Stadium, 21-7, the home team over Philip Simmons. Tonight, our stats brought to us by Smokes Comfort Control, guaranteed for life since 1962. We know the first quarter owned by the home team. Last 2 possessions, Iron Horses flipping the script.
Yeah, 21-7, as you mentioned. Hanahan with 7 first downs. Philip Simmons with 4. The Hawks have been able to rush for 59 yards. They've thrown for 113, while Philip Simmons, they passed for 79, able to rush for 10. So Gallus right now, 5 of 8 for 113, while Goddard, 6 of 11 for 79 yards. In terms of rushing, Hanahan, Snodgrass, 35 yards. Gordine with 25. Meanwhile, for Philip Simmons, Ashton Killerman doing most of the damage as he has 2 catches for 42 yards.
Boy, a great pitch by Goddard. Sprints to the outside for his running back. I believe that was Sabak. And again, a just perfectly timed pitch. Defensive end crashed down. Amonte Taylor, my bad. Man.
It's all good. Gordine on the stop. I got you, man.
I gotta go.
Like literally, I did my internship in high school with you, so
I think it's the change of weather. The weather pressure is affecting my brain. Another nice throw across the middle. Kellerman. So all of a sudden they have found the rhythm.
And it's those quick hitters. It's Quinn Solar there on the stop for Hanahan. You know, Goddard's doing a great job of getting the ball out of his hands quickly, not allowing that defense to kind of penetrate. So, again, they're just finding the holes and able to just simply throw and catch.
3 receivers set down low. First and 10. Going to go back to the run for Taylor. He's got a crease to the outside, cuts in, then goes back out. Gain of about 6 yards.
You can see why Coach Bendig and this staff so excited about Taylor. 6'3", 170 pounds, just tall and lanky, a good athlete. He said they were going to move him around and put him in places to kind of get him in space and let him make things happen. That's what we've seen thus far here, at least in the second quarter, for Philip Simmons.
Pacing picked up on the Hanahan sideline, trying to figure out what's going on with the defense. Pressure there, throws it away to the right side. They throw a flag, or they're going to call grounding. He had a receiver down the field along the far line, but that was about 15 or 20 yards ahead of the throw.
And how about Isaiah Snodgrass with the pressure that time to force the intentional groundings? He shot off the line of scrimmage like he got shot out of a cannon and was able to apply that pressure on Goddard. So nice job by Snodgrass, who's doing it on both sides of the football. One of the players that we knew we would see offensively and defensively.
Snodgrass, this is his 4th year in the program. Gained nearly 1,000 yards on the ground. I'm looking, I'm like, well, that's pretty impressive. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, he's also the defensive end.
Yeah.
And then he ran track. And I'll tell you about what he did with track. Another pitch to the outside. Taylor, man, just slices through that defense.
He's literally running through arm tackles, and that's what you want from your running back. Don't allow an arm to bring you down. He's doing a nice job of keeping that Hawk defense honest.
Not a surprise. Snodgrass part of the 4x800 team. But, yeah, by the way, he threw the javelin, the shot put, and also the long jump.
Okay.
How about that?
So when does he sleep? Football in the fall, track in the spring.
I just like the variety of the events that he does, right?
You have to think it probably helps him on the football field as well.
Absolutely it does. 3rd and short. They're going to go back up to Taylor, the middle of Taylor, out to down to the 41-yard line.
Now, I'll show my age here,
what you got?
Dean, but, you hear Taylor, running back,
Fred?
21. I was about to say Fred.
You said Fred.
But he doesn't look like Fred. He's too long and lanky to be Fred.
Yeah, no, Fred was not
of course,
tall
the
and lanky.
Ex-Jacksonville Jaguar, great.
Florida Gator.
If
he was a little bit, he was really good.
Yeah, he was.
By the way, that's your Plum Pro Plus first down. Serving the Low Country's HVAC and plumbing needs for 20-plus years. 1st and 10, looks left, scrambles out right, throws it right, and man, what a throw.
The guy just makes plays.
That's Rico Curry. But again, much like Gallus, that came from, almost to the far hash, across the field.
In basketball, we call it the C play.
What's that?
Give it to him. No, give it to whoever, and let's see what he can do. In this situation, Bendig should just call the C play, hike the ball to Goddard, and let's just see what he can do. Let the kid just go out there, get in space, make people miss, and make plays.
Another Plum Pro Plus first down. Also notice the edges of Hanahan trying to contain Goddard, not letting him get outside of that pocket.
But he does such a great job of stepping up in and taking what the defense gives him.
Pressure on the inside, goes to the left, and then doink! Kellerman down to about the 20-yard line. And we've got a player down. I believe that is Isaiah Snodgrass, number 10. Snodgrass was the one crashing down on Goddard, didn't see what happened.
Yeah, and he's one of those elusive quarterbacks that you're right, Dean. You want to kind of keep him in the pocket, try to rush up the field, but when you have such a veteran like him, he knows what to do. Just simply step up and, again, don't try to force the issue. Just take what the defense gives you.
I don't know if we're going to see, They went to stretch his leg, and he did not like that.
Hopefully it's just a cramp, which would then, for the first time this season, Dean, I can call for my pickle juice.
There you go.
The pickle juice is the cramp killer. I'm telling you.
I'll be interested to see as we move along this year if we'll see two quarterbacks of this quality in the same game, right? We know what we're going to get with Oceanside. But I mean, I think these two quarterbacks.
I'm excited for next week. To see Henry Rivers.
Yeah.
I can tell you who will be watching that game. That'll be Chad Holbrook and his entire Monty Lino whole baseball staff. Just making sure that he gets up every time and does not suffer any injuries. And fortunately, looks like we have good news as Snodgrass up. Needs some assistance, but at least he's up and walking off the field.
Yeah, he's hurting for certain. We have seen a lot of him tonight. He has been playing both sides of the ball and been very effective on both sides of the ball. And he's like, I got the rest of this.
And, Dean, that's why, as you see, he's probably just a cramp. That's why hydration is so important, especially on a steamy night like what they thought was going to be tonight.
Right.
But from that standpoint, that's why you have to make sure you hydrate and drink your fluids and be ready. It's different times these days for these young athletes, especially in this heat. We talked about in the pregame show, Dean, there's no way it was this hot back when I was in high school. Now, granted, I don't think Dickie Dingle would have cared.
No.
But I mean, at the end of the day, there's no way that it's a different type of sun that we're dealing with these days.
5 receivers in this set, 4 bunched together at the top of the screen. Opens up running lanes, and that's exactly what Goddard does. Takes it down to about the 7-yard line. I mean, obviously a set play there, right?
A good design. You want to spread the defense out, open up the field. You got a hat on a hat, so basically you just have to make that one guy miss, which he did do, and that's why he picked up another Plum Pro Plus first down. It's going to be a tongue twister all year.
Iron Horses in the Roper St. Francis Red Zone. Roper St. Francis Healthcare for a life lived here, and a good life, my friend.
Because we live in Charleston.
That is part of it, for sure. Taylor to Goddard's left, man in motion. Going to hand it off, going to cut it back inside, heading toward the goal line. That was number 18, Tyrus Alston, the freshman.
And Dean, a little strategy here is you see the clock move in 2:10.
I would not.
You don't want to score. You don't want to score too soon. Take as much time off. You don't want to give Hanahan an opportunity. If I'm not mistaken, Philip Simmons gets the ball to start the second half. So, yeah, kind of take your time. Try to score with maybe a minute or less.
Problem is, though, the clock is down. Maybe should be looking right at it, so you can't wait for it to go 5, 4, 3, 2. Snap the ball. Taylor inside. And Goddard thinks he got in. Did he get in?
I think
he got in. Delayed reaction. And for the second straight drive, the Iron Horses score a touchdown. Cut it 21-13. And for the second straight play, we've got an injured Hawk. I believe that is Sam Campbell.
Yeah, I don't think there's a flag on the play. I just think we have a player. Actually, there is. Looks like there's a flag in the end zone, Dean. So I'm not sure what that. Maybe illegal participation. But the touchdown is good. So it's unsportsmanlike against Hanahan. And unsportsmanlike against Philip Simmons. So those penalties obviously offset.
I think the injury in the end zone, I think that's where your cramping's coming from. They've got that leg stretched back and high. And one of the best ways to combat cramps is
pickle juice.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, the sodium from that helps.
There's companies that sell like pickle juice shots.
Actually, your son told me about the 12 million boxes of pickle juice that he got.
It's so funny. Yeah, we get a box one day at home, and Jack goes, "Oh, this is awesome." I go, "What is it?" He goes, "It's like my first sponsorship deal." And I go, "Great, what is it?" And he opens it up, and they're like shots of pickle juice in there. And I said, "That's amazing." Caroline goes, "Is there a check in there?" Making it a 21-14 game. Philip Simmons off the far post and sneaks it back in. That's Sutton Schultz. How about that? We've got us a game.
We got us a ball game. It looked like Hanahan was going to soar to a victory, but those Iron Horses have come rumbling back, said, no, we are here for the night. And all of a sudden now, 35 points scored in the first half. But you know what, Dean? There's still a minute 35 left. Plenty of time for Gallus to get it down the field.
And you made a great point earlier. Iron Horses will get the ball to start the second half.
The tide definitely has turned. And it all started with that big drive the previous for Philip Simmons. And it really has been the tale of quarters. The first quarter dominated by Hanahan. The second quarter dominated by Philip Simmons. Safe to say, Dean, I think we are in for a good one here tonight on our opening night of Friday Night Rivals, our 17th year.
I think the tide turned when the defense coordinator said, I've had enough. This one kicked down to the 10, taken by Mathis. He's going to take it straight up the field, down to the 25-yard line. That's where Trip Gallus will set up shop.
Mark Anthony Moore on the stop for Philip Simmons. Now, this is one of the beauties of having a veteran quarterback like Gallus. If you're obviously Coach Turner, you don't have any worry about him making a mistake in this situation. He's been here, done this before. They don't have any timeouts, so they'll have to execute the 2-minute offense. And for all we know, this could be the first time they've actually ran the 2-minute offense outside.
And have to do the 2-minute offense in 98 seconds.
Yes.
And the last possession, remember, the pressure that Philip Simmons brought to Gallus. It was a 3-and-out, their first of the night. And here they come back again.
Oh.
And, boy, knocked down. I believe that was number 32.
No, 52.
Roman Hood.
Penalty flag.
I think it's going to be offsides.
Well, the one thing, Dean, that you can do to kind of slow down that pressure, and actually the legal shift against Hanahan, they're going to decline the penalty, obviously, accept the play, so it'll be second down. You should throw that little middle screen. Like, let the rush come and try to set up that screen behind that initial rush. So let's see if, I think Hanahan has tried to do it to the side for both, as we have a timeout on the field taken by Philip Simmons.
Right.
But, yes, that can absolutely slow down that pressure. Take a look there at Gallus. Again, 6'5", was 200 pounds at the end of last football season, now 230. Talked to his dad, Tom, before the game, who's now the
he's the athletic director
for the school district, right, for the county, for Berkeley County. He was the principal here at Hanahan last year, and actually his alma mater, being Eastern Michigan, one of the schools that have already offered Trip Gallus. Some other schools, Charlotte, I think App State, some of your G5 schools, very interested in this young man's talent. And again, a solid baseball player as well. Great student in the classroom, just the all-around type of guy that you want leading your football program in high school.
Called Roman Hood, third year, but the all-time tackle for loss leader in that program. And this is third year. Gallus back, it'll look that way. There's that little screen you just talked about. That's Mathis. He's got the speed to get to the outside. Big pressure.
Ooh,
tough guy to take down.
Wow, big run that time.
Boy, we have seen two great efforts by Grayson Mathis. I would just suggest maybe don't try to tackle him above the waistline.
You can't run if you don't have legs. So the lower you tackle, the better. As we take a look at the replay here, that was the screen.
How many people touch him?
Good blocking here. Lineman down. That's
There's
a
one.
stiff arm there.
There's two.
Just pushing
There's
people
three.
down.
There's four.
And he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Four may have touched him, but he ran through 11.
Clock moving, though. I thought he stepped out of bounds, but no, the clock is
49
moving.
seconds, and we got a flag down.
They can maybe delay a game. Oh,
Delay a game.
Is that our legal substitution?
Listen,
I got to get my...
I couldn't even get the name of our show right at the beginning.
And we got some...
I have not
We got some
Studied
new
up on
It's game one for
single.
it's game one for us as well, Dean. So we're kind of working the kinks out.
Yeah, I'm a whole lot like Philip Simmons.
the cobwebs, we are working them out for sure.
But when you're 63, the cobwebs are like thumbtacked to your brain. You can't dust them away. Gallus looks going to square up. He's got a man down the right side, but he's got two Philip Simmons defender. Boy, and a great play by Rylan Donnelly to come over from the safety spot.
Yeah, good job there over the top, not allowing that pass. Kind of threw in a double coverage, but that's one that, it's a safe pass. If they were to intercept it, it's far enough down the field. It's almost essentially like a punt, but again, you still have 40 seconds left, still plenty of time. And we saw early on, Dean, Hanahan both teams have had some success throwing the ball in the middle of the field.
I really want to see somebody just sprint, and I want to see Gallus just rip this thing about 60 yards down the field. But to be honest, I don't think he's got the time to do it. Great pressure by Philip Simmons the last couple possessions. Come again. Got him again. Sacked at the 35-yard line. I believe the second sack of the night by this Philip Simmons defense.
Roman Hood in the house. The senior defensive lineman, 6 feet, 205 pounds, lives in the backfield. Another sack. It looks like Philip Simmons is going to take their final timeout as they try to save some of this clock here. It'll be third down and I believe 10 coming up for the Hawks.
I learned a lot in our pregame meeting with these two coaches. One, I had no idea what Banna water was.
It's apparently very good for you.
I hear. I don't know if they're a sponsor of Philip Simmons, but that's what they crush all the time for hydration. And then I also didn't know there were ice baths, ice tubs at each school.
Yeah.
So, if it was a case where it was super hot tonight, they would have, an ice tub available for any player that was struggling.
And you see that a lot, especially at the collegiate level. After these guys get done with practice, they all take an ice bath for recovery and to cool you down. It's apparently good for your muscles as well and circulation. So, yeah, safe to say technology and all the science now, so much research into what allows these student athletes to be bigger, faster, stronger, but more importantly, safer as well. Here at Hanahan, Philip Simmons, really all of our high schools in the Low Country.
They're just going to kneel it. They're going to call it a half with a 7-point lead, 21-14. Go to the locker room, try to figure out what happened here the last 20 minutes where their offense was stifled by the stifling defense by Philip Simmons. Really great chess match tonight. We've seen both sides of these teams perform really well. We've seen a couple of mistakes here and there. But I think for night one, we couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah, and it's going to come down to, you think about it, the last two times these teams have played, it's been a one-possession game. Hanahan won last year 40-34. 2 years ago, Philip Simmons won 28-26. So this is right in line with what normally happens in week one when it's Philip Simmons and Hanahan.
Coach Turner having a conversation with his team. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. But maybe this is where they're going to do their halftime, out of the field. I don't know.
In a situation, maybe just reminding the guys, hey, we kind of got off to a quick start. Then maybe the energy kind of took over. We have to make sure we stay within ourselves, play within ourselves, get back to your responsibilities offensively, defensively, and let's go out and win this thing in the second half.
As soon as he gets done having a conversation with his team, we're going to have Trooper Bob down there to talk quickly with Coach Turner. Boy, this would be great when you have a mic on the coach. Hear what he's trying to say. Coach Turner is fourth year. And let's go down to Trooper Bob is getting Coach Turner lined up. He's got him right now. Let's go down to Trooper Bob.
Thoughts on the first half?
Well, I thought we started fast, and then, a good team like that's not going to slow down. They're going to keep punching and fighting and scratching, clawing, and they did. And managed to work their way back in. We still got a lead, 21-14. The quarterback's dangerous. He's got a lot of experience, and he's doing a lot of harm with his feet, scrambling around, dinking and dunking the ball. We'll regroup. We got to fix our plan a little bit defensively. I think we can change some things, and maybe try to keep them in the pocket. And then offensively, we just got to get back to what we did in the first quarter. We got to put some more points on the board.
Coach, appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time. Best of luck in the second half. I just want to give you a quick update. Number 15 came off the field slow to get up there in the second quarter, and he's doing good, stretching his legs and taking in fluids. Also, number 10 was also stretching his legs and looked like he was pretty good on the sidelines there. I'll send it back up to you guys.
Bob, thank you so much.
Man does it all.
As we go to a break, our Smokes Comfort Control stat update, guaranteed for life since 1962. What you got, E?
Yeah, basically Hanahan with 184 yards of total offense. Philip Simmons with 177, so closely there. Philip Simmons is thrown for 112. Hanahan for 136. But again, the most important stat, it's 21-14, Hanahan on top at the half.
Our halftime show coming up next.
Welcome to the Willow Gray Halftime Report.
Will Lou Gray Halftime Report. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School. Give us 14 weeks and we will help you build a brighter future. Well, each week the Thumbs Up guys are proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The students selected will have an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. And tonight's scholar athletes are from Hanahan High School, Philip Simmons High School, Del Cambre St. Germain. GPA of 5.37, part of the winning state teams for cross country in 2024 and 2025. Also won the Swimming Spirit Award in 23, the Swimming Coaches Award in 24, part of the winning state team for track in 26. He organized a sock drive for the local homeless population as a sophomore as the board president, participated in many fundraiser drives for Beta and National Honor Society as the National Honor Society president, also raised $1,000 for leukemia research through the Blood Cancer United. Congratulations to Del Cambre St. Germain. And as for Hanahan High School, Mason Bellamy. Mason's got a 4.893 GPA. He was an all-region player, varsity starter as a sophomore year, nominated as team captain for the games, the varsity baseball player as well. Serves at his church on Sundays, volunteers where he can. He's been on 3 mission trips. On Sundays, he helps lead kids with discussion about the Bible while trying to make it fun environment. He's also traveled to Orlando, New York, Guatemala for mission trips, teaching children and families about Jesus. He's also a Palmetto Scholar nominee and a Beta Club and National Honor Society. So, Mason Bellamy, congratulations, both you and Del Cambray, making an impact, an influence in your communities and ours.
Hello again. Another season is here. High school football on My TV Charleston, joined by two of the 4 thumbs up guys and many more lawyers in the practice as well. How do you guys feel about another year of football?
I'm surprised y'all invited us back. You know, I mean, we've been doing this for several years now, and you know, we were talking earlier how much we've enjoyed following your career, and yeah, this has always been a fun segment for us. I figured you'd be, you know, getting bigger and better than just, you know, Jeff and I.
Yeah, it's too hot outside. I'm not getting ready for anything at this point. But no, for you guys, I guess it's got to be a really good feeling at the end of the day when we hand out that check. That's kind of the exclamation point, if you will.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things that we do. Like, we love helping people. We're in a business where we help people every day, but this type of help's different, and it's without a doubt. Between this, the book bag drives that we work with Sharika Myers on, and the bike giveaway, the turkey giveaway, but then being able to present someone with a check like this at the end of all of it is just fantastic.
Absolutely. They are two of the many thumbs up guys, the presenting sponsors of our Scholar Athletes here on Friday Night Rivals.
We will be back with more from the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report. Welcome to the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School gives us 14 weeks, and we will help you build a brighter future. I got to tell you, too, the Hanahan Band, excellent. Think about it. They've been in school for, what, 3 weeks? But, see, they practice through the summertime.
3 weeks.
Good to see them.
That's
2
cool
weeks.
story.
Berkeley County started.
That's right. That's true.
Maybe. Hey, fans, we're giving you an opportunity to vote for tonight's Delta Force All-Star Cheer of the Game. Log on to abcnews4.com in the poll and vote for either of tonight's cheer squads. Name home school and name away school. You can cast a vote for the Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Game results later tonight in the show tonight. By the way, that's either Hanahan or Philip Simmons. It has been awesome being a part of your life, Everett, but I am out.
Yeah, you're not
Please
supposed to be.
show me the cheerleaders. Karma's so hard.
Welcome. We will be back with more from the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report. Welcome to the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School. Give us 14 weeks and we'll help you build a brighter future. Well, tonight's trophy and the Scholar Athlete plaques at the end of the season are provided by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. And when we talk about the player of the game, I don't even think we're close to figuring that one out yet. Nah. Hit of the night, I don't think we've had the hit of the night. The dumbest thing an anchor will say all night, that has definitely happened. That is just it's like a nice bronze sledgehammer.
But, you know, I don't think anyone even caught it.
I did.
As did I.
And I couldn't let it go. Right? That'd be even worse.
The best part of broadcasting is what people don't see and hear during the commercial breaks.
I know. It's so bad. But you know what? I mean, honestly, just so privileged to be here and to be able to do this again with you.
Yeah.
And the crew
Since Junior is now big time, this.
I know. Junior's like, that wasn't my dad. I don't even know. By the way, coming up tonight at 11:05, things a little different tonight since we started late here. Normally, our high school game on Friday night would be over before the Friday Night Live or the ABC News 4 show at 11:05 with Scotty and Webb Wright. But if you want to stick with us through that, Scotty does post everything on social media, including what he had for dinner tonight.
Or you can just tape it. You
could on your DVR.
Yeah. Just go, or your VCR.
On your VHS.
And then go back after watching this game.
Scott Eisberg, Webb Wright, ABC News 4 at 11 o'clock. All right, upcoming next week, Berkeley versus Fort Dorchester. We've talked about Henry Rivers and what a treat that's going to be to watch him play. You have Beckham and Wando. Can't go wrong there. Oceanside and Ashley Ridge. I mean, going to be, two Titans.
Tell you what, next
week.
What
you got? That
kind of look like the Ellingtons back in the good old days when Dr. Jerry Brown was leading the charge for Berkeley. Henry Rivers has a little bit of shake in him. Bruce.
Yeah?
Bruce was special.
Yeah, he was.
As was Andre, but
I know.
I think Bruce was,
Yeah, they have, that program has turned a corner. and they are kind of back to where the Ryan Stewarts.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about Rusty Williams?
Rusty Williams, number 3, went to Auburn.
Got Carlos Dunlap and DeCarian Joyner and some of his other greats there at the Fort.
Yeah.
They've turned out some good ones. Mal Lawyer
went to Clemson.
Did.
That's a good pull.
Yeah.
That was really good.
There was one more on
how about,
this.
wait. Big offensive lineman.
Simpson. John.
No. Berkeley. And he went to USC.
Rivers. Rivers was his last name. His first name escapes me, but yes. They had some great. I'll never forget that Berkeley Stratford game when Rusty Williams was at Berkeley. I'm trying to think who was at Stratford at that time. I mean, it's one of those games. I think I was at college and I came home for it. There were like 8,000 people at Gerald Moody Field.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like 10 deep because you know how they have the track around the football field.
Yeah.
And it was. I mean, Rusty Williams was the dude was just special.
Yeah, he was great. And the head coach when I first got here was Bennett Swaggert's dad.
Yep. Bennett played at South Carolina as well.
Yes, he did. All right, Trooper Bob standing by with Eric Bendick.
Yeah, I'm down here on the sidelines with Coach. Coach, what was the message to your team during halftime?
Just got to keep plugging away. We started the worst we could possibly start. Mistakes on 3 phases of the game. And I just told them, hey, listen, settle in. It's going to be the team that's got the more will, more condition here in the second half, and it's going to make the least mistakes. And I told them that can be us, and we can party back there when we're done. But we got to go take care of business.
Is there one thing that you want to see more in the second half that you didn't see in the first?
I like the way we responded. So if we can keep that brotherhood, that camaraderie going, I like where we're at.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Best of luck in the second half. Thank you very much. Some good news is the rain stopped right before halftime, and it's a lot cooler with some wind blowing. So good second half of football coming up. I'll send it back upstairs.
That interview, great question there, and then just trying to rob Dave Williams of his gig.
Speaking of Robin,
what?
Jabari Levy.
Scotty
Eisberg, always on the job. Obviously watching back at the. Yeah, he just texted. Over there at the studios. That was him.
And I remember when he committed. I remember where I interviewed him, but I can't read a script.
The good old days.
Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. Man, we're getting ready for second half of football. We're going to break. Come back. We'll clean it up, maybe.
Like Philip Simmons did in the second quarter.
See you.
One last reminder, go buy those 50/50 raffle tickets.
All right, welcome back to Wiley Knight Stadium. 24 minutes of football left, 7-point game. Home team goes up early. Visiting team answers back, both offensively and defensively. And I think that's the biggest point here, Everett, is that what turned the tide in this game was that Iron Horse defense.
Yeah, they had to kind of get their stuff together, kind of shake off the nerves. Coach Bendick told us this week he felt that front four was as good as he's had in a while. The secondary had a bunch of athletes that could make plays, and it didn't show that in the first quarter. But give them credit. They were able to start applying pressure, not allowing Gallus to get comfortable, and once that happened, everything seemed to turn. The offense fed off the defense fed off the offense, and that's why it's 21-13 here 21-14 at the half.
As for Hanahan, they will play at Kingstree next week, and then they hit the road again, and they're at Beaufort, come home to Andrews, travel to Timberland. I mean, those are 3 long drives. Host Colleton County, then go to OCA, Oceanside, at North Charleston, host Georgetown, and at BE. So they've got 6 road games, 4 home games this year. Again, last year 6-6 on the year, but I think it's much better than 6-16.
Speaking of Oceanside, they got the big one going over at the backyard right now in James Island. I'm sure that place is packed with the new look Oceanside Land Sharks.
Did you get a score
Coach
on that
McCoy.
yet?
No, but I will search Twitter.
You know what? I should do that because I ain't doing much anything else. All right. Third quarter kickoff. 8 yards. And then flying down the sidelines, takes it at the 8-yard line, and then comes down the sidelines. And how about that? Jeremiah Richardson. Eric Bendig was like, this guy's probably going to go to college running track.
Well, fortunately for Hanahan, Sam Campbell was in the right place at the right time because had Campbell not been able to get him on the ground, he would have taken that one to the house. So it appears, at least early on, that Philip Simmons is picking up right where they left off, carrying that momentum over into the second half. I feel like it's a really big possession for this Hanahan defense to kind of put a stop to this now rejuvenated Iron Horse offense.
Something tells me we're about to have a 21-21 game here really quickly. Taylor to the outside, cuts it back inside. Flag flies from midfield. And the Iron Horse sideline does not like the call or does not like the block in the back.
It looks like it's holding against the Iron Horse. As we continue our reminds me of game.
What you got?
When I saw that time Mr. Taylor with the long strides, wearing number 21. Of course, I'm a huge fan of my NFL team. Mr. Hard Hitter himself, Sean Taylor. Rest in peace. Obviously, former, well, when he played, Redskin, Commanders.
Yeah.
But he wore number 21 as well.
Remember.
Let's take a look at our thumbs up replay here, or I should say Tri-Tech replay. Maybe the hole right there on maybe 57 kind of got a little tug.
I think it was that block.
On the, right there on Mr. Kellerman.
You can see it thrown.
So kind of can't hit the back. From the side.
15-yard penalty, 1st and 25 now. But they've got the ability, and there it is right there. Boy, what a catch.
Nope.
What an effort.
What an effort. Came up just short as Patrick Clark not able to reel that one in, but a nice look there. Just kind of faked the run on the sweep. Threw it right on the money, but another drop pass. And should Philip Simmons not be able to come back and win this game, Coach Bendig and his offensive staff, they're going to be wondering what if on those drop passes. Unofficially, Dean, I believe that's the 4th one of the night.
Yep. Again, you saw the strength of the throw by Goddard. 2nd and 25. He's got a nice pocket. Then he's got the pressure. And then he throws it in the middle. And what a great play. That's a completion.
Yeah.
That is a completed ball. Number 24, Alex Torek, came up with a hit to dislodge the interception, and then
Tyrus Alston
came from behind and took it off his back, and we've got an injured player.
Looks like he's face down.
Wild.
You're right.
Guys replay. Great pocket. Then the pressure comes up. He slides, throws.
And it right off his butt. And the ball went in the air.
How about that?
And Alston in the right place at the right time.
That was Veer Patel. All right, we've got a man down. We will go ahead and take a break. 21-14. We'll come back. Take a look at that play again. Welcome back to Wiley Knights Stadium. Good news. Veer Patel came off under his own power. I think he may have been injured a little bit, but I think he was just truly upset, angered. He had the ball, lost it, and turned it into a completion.
Yeah, Goddard got away with one, and that was a bad throw on his part. I know he was trying to make a play, tried to force that issue, but luckily for him, it did not result in a turnover. So a big 3rd down and 10 facing the Iron Horses.
An unlikely 15-yard pickup takes it back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 10 now from the 45, their own 45. 3 receivers down low. Rico Curry in the slot. 5 receivers total. Here come pressure up the middle. I think his arm may have got hit a little bit trying to feather it to the outside. And then we've got a man down for Philip Simmons. Looks like one of their linemen maybe.
Goddard has to be careful throwing across his body, across the middle of the field. That's the danger area. And fortunately for him, not an interception, but 4th down coming up for the Iron Horses. We did get an update, Dean, from the backyard. After one period, Oceanside was actually trailing 28-7 to James Allen. James Allen's head coach, Jamar McCoy, actually sitting this one out. He's suspended for 1 game. HB Blades, who, speaking of the Washington, well, now Commanders, Redskins, played for the one of the Blades.
Benny Blades.
Nephew. I think it's his nephew, HB, who's the defensive coordinator for James Allen, is the head coach tonight. So,
and I believe Benny Blades played with Taylor at Miami.
Yes, and Brian as well.
Yes.
All those Blade brothers. Per Webb Wright, who, of course, you can see at 11:05 on ABC News 4. McCoy is sitting out 2 games. Well, I don't know. He just made some.
This is, yeah.
So, but anyway, I guess they're playing for their coach and doing a great job, because a lot of people think those are the 2 top teams in the Low Country, with Oceanside being the best. And give credit where credit is due. As of last update, James Allen was definitely in control.
Early in the season, but boy, Jamar McCoy has done a whale of a job.
Yes, he has.
With James Allen. We got the player coming up right now, sitting up. Looked like he had a lower leg injury. That's number 57, Cole Carmel Jr.
Yeah, I love going to the backyard over there at James Allen. However, Dean, as a 52-year-old who, probably could have shed maybe like just 1 or 2 pounds. That's always the hike of the year. Like you have to be mentally prepared to climb the stairs to the James Island press box. It's a hike.
When are we taking that hike?
I'm not sure. But fortunately,
Yes.
here
Yes.
at Hanahan, it is a shorter trek up the bleachers. Unfortunately,
I'm not going to lie to you. That is like one of the most terrifying hikes.
Yeah.
Down.
Yes, because if you get on a roll,
You're going to roll.
You will roll. to the
There's
bottom.
there's no handrails.
No, nothing.
It is, yeah. James Island will host Somerville Friday Night Rivals Week 4.
That'll be a good one. So give credit to this Hanahan defense. They did what they needed to in terms of getting a 3-and-out on this opening possession and trying to give the momentum back to the Hanahan offense, what we saw there in the first quarter.
Brady even with, nope, I believe that's number 7, Seton Schultz. A nice little line drive. Grayson Mathis decided to back off. Ball comes to rest right about the, 15-yard line.
You know, and if you're Hanahan, you have to challenge that offensive line. Hey, we controlled the first quarter, but in the second quarter, they were able to apply pressure, kind of move Tripp off his spot and make him uncomfortable. You got to just protect, because we've seen when you give two time, he can make things happen. But, again, you got to keep him upright, not running for his life.
I've not seen him run forward, though, right? We talk a lot about him getting out of the pocket. Again, 6'5", 225. He can create some damage out there if he gets outside the pocket and decides to tuck it and run. I'd like to see a little bit of that. First and 15, they're going to stay on the ground.
Good block.
Boy, patient run. Patient. And there he goes. That's Xavier Sabak. He just sat right behind his offensive line and waited and then busted it out.
Tyrus Alston, the freshman, on the stop for the Iron Horses. You mentioned it, Dean, a nice patient run. Didn't outrun his blocks. You take a look at the replay here. And just kind of let your blocking allow itself to get set up and then explode into the secondary.
Who did that remind you of? We're going to go right back to him on the inside. Philip Simmons right there. With Sean McCoy used to do that. Sit and wait.
Shady or shaky? No, Shady.
I believe he was Shady.
Yeah.
Not Slim Shady.
No. Not at all.
Second down behind the chains, about 11.
And you wonder if this offensive staff of Hanahan may be leaning more on the run because of the offensive line inability to kind of pass block. So the more and the better that they can run, it should open up the passing game. Nice tackle.
Yeah, excellent tackle.
I think that's Alston again. Tyrus Alston. You talk about a solid freshman, one of the only 3 freshmen on the varsity team, playing some big minutes. This kid was in middle school last year, and now he's out there tackling Hanahan Hawks like he's been here before.
Eric Bendig loved him. Said it was his time. It was next guy up.
He had plans to play him on the JV during the summer.
That worked
but
out for
yeah,
you.
that's not gonna work.
3rd and 10. Tripp back, looks, throws it out, floats it out. Really nice play on that ball by Rico Curry, breaking up the pass.
And it seems like the timing all of a sudden is off for Tripp. In that first quarter, everything seemed to be going smooth and easy for him.
Yeah.
But we talk about MTA, making the adjustments. That's what Philip Simmons has done. And they've really done a nice job of, just making him very uneasy back there in the pocket.
Did the youngster say that too, along with Teddy, the MTA? That's a good one. I've never heard that one.
You never heard that one?
No, I've heard of Teddy. And
usually that's a basketball reference.
making the adjustment.
In the second
there we
half.
go. Pressure up the middle. Ball not blocked. There is a flag down, so there will be a roughing the kicker.
Did he kick the ball through? How did that not get blocked? Now the question is, will it be running?
I think it was
roughing.
It was,
okay.
No, it was roughing.
So it'll be an automatic first.
How much for crushing the kicker? Is that
that's
more than 15?
That's 15 at automatic first down. As we wait to get the official call from our officials tonight.
I think think it may have been John Schultz.
Oh, they're waving it off.
They must have gotten a hand on it then,
Yes.
right?
Must have been a tipped.
And what's more amazing to me is that ball went to the 30-yard line. Yeah, that's Schultz up the middle.
I think he did, because you can tell the ball, just the
Changed
rotation.
trajectory.
Yeah. Good job by the
Schultz.
punter, Sam Campbell, trying to sell it.
I don't know. I think there's pain there.
Actually, I guess so, because he's unfortunately still down.
He was down earlier in the end zone playing defense. So you're still in World Cup mode.
Yeah, some of the best actors in sports. You know, Dean, you and I, we talked about it as well. These two smaller schools, definitely more for Hanahan than Philip Simmons, the playing two ways. And also maybe playing on special teams as well. Coach Turner mentioned that he thought that was something that if he could kind of keep it into the fourth quarter and kind of win this thing out. But, yeah, it's a situation. A lot of these guys are having to play both ways and doing a really good job as Coach Turner giving the explanation.
No, well, he kept saying he never touched the ball. And I was thinking about that a minute ago, how technology has changed through the years, right? They go right now to the iPad and see the play.
Right.
Right, as Campbell is being helped off, not being able to put pressure on that right leg. But they obviously looked at it on their iPad to see it.
And that'll be something we'll have to keep our eye on, because should Hanahan have to punt again, what does the backup punter do? But also Campbell, as you just mentioned, plays on the defensive side. So someone will have to step up, next man up. Fortunately for him, hopefully he will be okay.
But I thought from our angle, you could truly see the trajectory of the ball change a little bit. So it's 1st and 10 from their own 30, 8:51 left. Hanahan's defense did a nice job on the last series. Quarterback keeper going to go up the middle, pick up 3, maybe 4. Couldn't tell if that was a blown play or not, but once he had an opportunity to tuck it and run, Hayes Goddard did.
And it seems outside of DeMonte Taylor having a couple of solid runs, Philip Simmons' best offense that has been kind of out of the scramble and making things kind of happen once things are broken down. So let's see if they can get a sustained drive here to try to tie it up.
2nd and 6 from 34. Play being signaled from the sidelines. Music blaring from the other sideline. Play action. Looks up. Throws it deep. A really nice job defensively there by number 8, Micah Withers.
And I like that team, because even though the pass wasn't completed, it kind of makes that secondary kind of back up. You can't be falling asleep, because you can get burned with the big plays. So a nice job of just trying to keep that defense honest. Maybe it opens up some running lanes here for Taylor, who's not on the field right now, as they have the empty backfield. So there, once again, we saw the last time out of this formation, look for maybe the design run here up the middle.
5 receiver set. Hanahan showing pressure with just 5 linemen. Yeah, and gets crushed. Goddard down. When you have 5, and you've only got 5 of the line, you have 5 receivers, it just becomes a numbers game.
Yeah, hat on hat. Everybody responsible for their guy. And that time, Lucas Meyer able to beat the offensive lineman and come up with the big sack. Big play by the Hanahan defense. All of a sudden, a lot of scoring in the first half.
I was about to say, we had
and now
35.
It's been a punt, pass, and punt competition here in the third quarter.
Ball punted short. Gets another nice, well, not a nice bounce. About a 5-yard bounce, and then out at about the 49-yard line. We've got lightning lighting up the sky, either to the east, the west, the north, the south, just over that way.
One of the 4. Where's Dave Williams when we need him? Take a look there. That's Brandon Ford, ex-Hanahan great. Played tight end at Clemson. Also, I think had a brief stint with the New England Patriots.
There you go.
So I guess the one value probably the only value that Dean, you and I add is we've been here for so long. We've seen all of the greats that have come here, from Travis Jervay and Dexter Coakley up to now Trip Gallus and Hayes Goddard.
We got a timeout. We got too many men on the field, I believe. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yep.
And there's one way to get an advantage if you could pull it off, but yeah, somebody was in the wrong set.
All right, so explain that one to me there. Right? Flag is thrown, even though they called a timeout?
I don't think they awarded them the timeout.
Oh, okay.
They're going to play through.
Either that or it was delay a game. Ball up the middle. Ball to the outside. Woo!
Shoestring tackle.
Xavier Savick. Wow.
Once again, Patrick Clark, last line of defense.
Got 2 players down, Savick and...
Can't see the number on the...
I think it may be Patrick Clark, 13.
And now's when you're really starting to see that fatigue and cramping starting to, settle in.
That's the international sign for I have a cramp.
Yes.
The leg is...
Like everyone right now starting to feel the effects.
All right, as they work out the cramps on the field, E-Dog and the Gramps are going to go to break. 21-14, Hanahan over Philip Simmons.
We're going to repeat it. 296 4407. If you're holding that ticket, please come up to the press box.
Welcome back to Wiley Knight Stadium. Hanahan 21-14. We had it was like the Indy 500, the first half.
Yeah, a lot of offense.
And then it was like mud bogging here in the third quarter.
We talked about it being one of those situations where teams had to kind of feel each other out. Now they know what they're trying to do for Hanahan. Defensively, kind of have to keep Goddard in. Don't over pursue, don't over rush, because then he'll step up and take off. And Philip Simmons, apply that pressure to Gallus. Don't let him get comfortable. Both defenses have done a nice job of just kind of making that jump. Yeah, and that's why we are where we are now. But it appears that Hanahan is looking to add to the 7-point lead.
See if Hanahan's going to be comfortable going back for the run. They will, but they jumped off sides as well. So this play will come back 5 yards.
And you kind of thought maybe you would see some of the sloppiness in the first half because of a new season, first game, working the kinks out. But pretty cleanly played first half by both teams. But here in the second half, we're starting to see the Yellow Hankies a little more.
Yeah. Again, that troublesome series for Philip Simmons seemed like forever ago. Drop passes, long game, nullified by a penalty. They finally got cooking. And now everybody seems to have settled a little bit.
It's the third penalty of the night for Hanahan, 15 yards. Philip Simmons, they've been penalized 4 times for 28.
No turnovers. First and 15 from the 42. They're going to go back to the run, go right back up the middle, back up running back, Nevaeh Gordine.
Slung out of bounds by Layson Stockton.
Picked up 10.
All of a sudden, now the running game really starting to click once again.
100%.
You have to think. Defensive line coach, there's challenge to his squad. Rushing-wise.
Keep doing it. I just think you keep doing it.
You got a balanced attack. Hanahan's rushed for 83 yards thus far and has passed for 136.
I want my offensive line just to keep leaning on him. Nope, I'm going to have Gallus go out, throw it deep out in the corner, throws it short. That's going to be intercepted. That will be the first turnover of the game. Intercepted by number 3, Rico Curry, at about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Alex Turek again applying that pressure, force Gallus to throw off his back foot. You never want to retreat. You want to be able to step into your throw, and had he been able to step in, may have been able to connect down the field, but once he threw out that back foot, it allowed the ball to come up short. Easy interception for Philip Simmons. And if you're Hanahan, really this is kind of like a punt. But again, a tough break for the Hawks.
But, you know, I saw it happen earlier, too, and I thought it was kind of odd. And you got to throw to both sides of the field, but when he's throwing back to his right, he's got to turn his whole body, being a left-hander.
And throwing across his
body. You would think that there would be more of a game to the other, to the left side of the field, so he doesn't have to do that. But anyway, great pressure, good hands by Curry, and an opportunity now for Philip Simmons to tie the game as they go back to the run. Hanahan's defense up for the charge.
Mason Bellamy, who's our Scholar Athlete of the Week, there on the stop. Also want to talk about the interception for Grayson Mathis. Dean, you got to come back and fight for that ball. You just can't kind of give up on it. You knew it was badly underthrown. You still had to you have to turn into a defensive back and try to break that play up.
2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 from about the 7. Running back's heels on that back goal line. They're going to have a quick swing pass, get him into open field. Nice block on the outside. Big hit by Bellamy again. Enough for the first down, and it will not. I don't believe it is.
Grayson Mathis there on the stop for Hanahan. Another simple swing pass out of the backfield.
3rd and 1.
That'll bring up a Raven team.
Situation where you had a lot of success running the football with Taylor. Let's see if they give it to Taylor again. Allow him to pick up this much-needed 2 yards to keep this drive going for the Iron Horses.
Critical play right here. Get this first down. Keep your punting team off the field. Going to go inside. Taylor's going to flash it back out. And I don't think he got it.
Did he fumble the football, Dean? Hanahan thinks that he did, but they're going to say the ground caused the fumble, so it will not be a fumble.
I think sometimes I love shifty backs. I love trying to find a hole, but sometimes when you're 3rd and 1, you got to blast it right up the middle.
North-south, just lower your helmet and get that extra yard. As soon as you go east and west, that allows the defense opportunity to kind of recover and stretch that play out. Good job by Hanahan defensively.
Yeah.
Tough break for Philip Simmons. See this is the swing pass.
This is a replay here of the pass. That's your thumbs-up guy replay. The thumbs-up guy is your personal injury law firm, winning cases and winning your trust. Mathis back. We've seen him dangerous player would be an understatement. Nice punt. This one up in the air. It's going to hit. It's going to head right into Mathis's arms. He's going to go right, cut it back up the middle. Man, does he make people miss. He's got a wall of orange. Going to cut it back inside. Take it down to 15.
What a heads-up play by Grayson Mathis. By him fielding that punt on the bounce, it probably saved anywhere from 10 to 15 yards that had he just let the ball roll. But because he didn't, with the big return, already in striking range is the Hanahan offense. An exciting run for Grayson Mathis.
I think he moves to the top of the player of the game leaderboard.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been crucial in creating some opportunities for this Hanahan football team.
It's all about making plays. You see that replay. He just simply outran, made a couple of guys miss.
And there's the ball.
And did a nice job of staying behind his blockers.
Hanahan's going to run it on 1st and 10. We're now in the Roper St. Francis red zone. Roper St. Francis Healthcare for a life lived here. Gourdine, should I say, with a pickup of about 6, make it 2nd and 4.
Blake Johnson and Bernard Jenkins once again on the stop for the Iron Horses. Third quarter trickling down as you see the guys checking their wristbands for the play. I don't think anything fancy here. 3 runs, hat to hat, offensive lineman fire off the ball, get low, and open up the holes.
There it is.
Get that push.
There you go. That'll be a first down. No, they're going to stop, but they're going to call forward progress at the 11.
Nice job by Gourdine. Gordon, I should say. Keeping those legs moving, chopping.
Starter Elijah Mitchell, number 77. He's on the sideline getting stretched out for his cramps.
I don't know, Dean. This may be two-down possession here.
So is Donovan Manigault. He's also out. They talked about this, having people step up, having to fill some slots. Folks got tired out there. Go right at the middle, go right back to Gourdine, go right back into the end zone. And that is a touchdown for the Hanahan Hawks, a Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college, back up by 13.
Great read that time by Gallus. He saw the defensive end step up, handed it off to his tailback, Gourdine, who's able to kind of get skinny through the middle there. Took a big hit, but unfortunately for Philip Simmons, he was already in the end zone. That extends the Hanahan lead to 2 scores.
Gourdine, by the way, just a sophomore. How about that? Why is that a big deal? Because that's Veer Patel. He is not normally the kicker.
He got hurt earlier.
Because Campbell got hurt.
Right.
The kicker got hurt, so Patel steps in.
You know, it's funny, Coach Turner talked about it in terms of special teams. He said they work on special teams all throughout the summer, and they're 2 or 3 deep. Everybody has a role in the event something of this nature happens. And so preparation for that situation paid off. Patel able to kick it through the uprights.
Patel is now trying to stretch out his leg. I don't know if you heard him celebrating. He was so happy. That was awesome. But now they're trying to figure out who's going to kick it off.
Well, at least he didn't pull a Grammatica. Remember the NFL where he tore his ACL?
Yeah.
Celebrating after kicking an extra point.
Grammatica.
Like I said, not what we expected heat-wise. Somewhat of a cool night, but still, this is Charleston. This is August. There's still humidity in the air. Who drew the lucky straw here, Dean, in terms of who's going to kick?
Patel again.
Just trying to get a drive recap.
Patel short kick going to be taken at the 30-yard line by Ryland Donnelly. Donnelly going to take it down to about 38, and that's where Philip Simmons will set up shop. They have found their momentum, currently stuck in neutral. After down by 3 touchdowns, scored 2 straight, and then have not been able to do anything offensively to threaten that scoreboard. 28-14 game, 2:47 left here in the third quarter. Hanahan running in a man. It's Awab Camille. And I think that is because
so many people are just...
Well, they're losing some folks. And again, that's where, early in the year, communication is not what it will be.
Because you may have like a blue defense, which could be your starting defense. You may have a green, right, which might be the backups. But when you miss individuals, that's why those guys on the sideline, you got to be locked in mentally to the game to know that, hey, I play behind Dean.
Yeah.
Dean's hurt, so I now am on the the green defense.
Just good news for you that you now play in front of Dean. Dean has not had a good game. But I see Campbell is back out there.
Sam Campbell.
Yep.
We've had to stop several times tonight for injuries, but for the most part, it's just been cramps. Guys being stretched out. You see them drinking the Gatorade or the pickle juice or whatever's in their water
Bana
bottles.
water.
Bana water.
You should get paid by Bana. It's interesting though when we were talking about the wet bulb. It seemed like hours ago. We'll talk about that in a minute as we look at 1st and 10 now from about the 37. Nice throw, better catch by Ashton Kellerman. Is when they do that wet bulb, which kind of I think measures the humidity and the moisture in the air and what's happening and how hot it is, but there's literally measurements released by the high school league. So if it measures a certain number, you don't get to play. But part of that was if it registered a certain number that you'd have to take 4-minute water breaks, like every 6 minutes of the game, as Philip Simmons picks up a Plum Pro Plus first down, serving the Low Country's HVAC and plumbing needs for 20 plus years.
Yeah, at 5:30, it was like 93.2 Fahrenheit, which indicates anything over 92.1, no outdoor workouts.
Yeah.
Cancel exercise, delay practice. However, if it gets in that range of 82 to 86.9, then you use your discretion for intense, prolonged exercise. Provide at least 3 separate rest breaks per hour, minimum duration of 4 minutes. So you're
Got it.
right.
Up top. Receiver there. Receiver plucked into 10, makes the move and into the end zone for Ashton Kellerman. And 3 plays later, they have responded.
He's one of the top wide receivers in the Low Country. You and I and Scotty talked about it during the pregame. One of the guys that we knew we'd be saying his name often tonight. He got behind the secondary of Hanahan. Hanahan fell asleep, and Hayes Goddard once again able to connect with Kellerman. And Iron Horses for the first time in the second half tonight, trying to get back to being 1 score down.
Oh, by the way, Kellerman also holds the snap on the PAT. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Back 28-21, your Trident Technical College touchdown, your future, your college. We're starting to pick it up a little bit here now as we head towards the 4th quarter.
That was a big play. The offense seemed to getting stalling out here, but Goddard just making plays once again.
Throw it off his back foot.
Able to muster just enough arm strength to get it over that secondary. And Goddard, the playmaker, not Michael Irvin. Hayes Goddard is the playmaker here tonight at Hanahan.
Love it. And the other thing, too, I was thinking about earlier when I was going over game notes. Yes, I did go over game notes. Just not the halftime game notes. It's awesome to see this kid's been here 3 years.
Yeah.
Trip Gallus has been here
3 years.
He's been here 3.
Goddard's
been
second.
here for 4.
Yeah, been here and finally getting his opportunity. This is his second year kind of leading for this Iron Horse offense.
But in this day and age of people transferring,
yeah,
it's refreshing to see these 2 guys stick with their programs.
Now, unofficially for Ashton Kellerman, 6 catches for 121 yards and a touchdown. Hayes Goddard, 13 for 21, 192 with 1 touchdown. Trip Gallus, 6 of 12, 1 interception, 136 yards and 1 score as well. So both guys have their favorite receivers. It's Kwame Grant for Gallus. He's got 4 catches for 108 yards.
I think those 4 catches came like in the
way
first
early
20
on.
minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Sutton Schultz kicking it off. Boy, I would kick it not to this guy. He's going to hold it, wait, find a break, and finally taken down. I think that's the first time that I've seen Grayson Mathis go down after the first hit.
Probably tired from all he's had to do on the other side of the football, but a nice job as Cameron Marcello there on the stop for Philip Simmons. So after somewhat of a lull there, first part of the third quarter, now we've seen the last two possessions, touchdown drives by both offensive units. Now let's see if the defenses can once again rise to the occasion.
See if Hanahan goes back to the run or if they're going to try to throw the ball. They're going to go back to the run. And boy, that was big number 53 right there. Victor Hendrick, calling his name, the senior, with tackle.
That front four getting it done tonight. Really both front fours have done a nice job, or to say front sevens, of being able to get in the backfield of the opposition and cause a little trouble for both offensive units.
And Micah Dutton also. I'm looking at the offensive line, so you've got a backup playing right guard right now. So again, you're going to start to see that a little bit. Gordon goes right up the middle for about another 2 yards. When you start seeing some of these backups coming into play, is that going to have an effect, impact?
You got to be ready. If you have a helmet on and a jersey, you're expected to contribute. Next man up, you knew kind of coming in that everyone's going to have to do their part. And so right now in the fourth quarter, the team that makes the least amount of mistakes and can kind of get that extra effort, that's the team that's going to be victorious here tonight.
New left tackle as well. Gallus looks over, gets the play from the sidelines, takes 2 steps forward, calls it out. Gordon motions to his right. He's going to go back and look, throws it. He's hit early. So he had it from both his arm and then got it in the chest. They're going to have to punt the ball. And boy, Gallus is not happy.
Well, the one thing you also see, Dean, is he doesn't necessarily, on that possession, didn't move around the pocket. He's kind of like a sitting duck back there, and give credit to that those defensive ends of Philip Simmons being able to get to him. So maybe that's a situation where if you know your offensive unit right now, especially if you do have some backups in, maybe you have to move a little bit to get to the spot that you want.
Yep. You see it coming again. He's just got no time at all. Pressure from the front side and the back side. This is where you really got to get your team together as the quarterback and the leader. That was a bad snap. Boy, somehow Philip Simmons did a nice job of not hitting Campbell. Campbell did a great job of a short hop. It's an opportunity, right? This is where leaders step up, get everybody together, say, hey, let's figure it out, piece it back together. We'll have an opportunity to come back. We're not going to be trailing after this possession. 25 seconds left in the third quarter.
Like a shortstop back there feeling that bad snap, and a nice job by Ashton Kellerman. I love guys that will come up and fair catch the ball and not lose 10 or 15 yards of field position by allowing the ball to hit and roll.
So Hayes Goddard, ball at the 28. Going to look pitch, going to keep it on the inside.
Nice pursuit.
Stop for a very short gain. He had that pitch earlier in the game that netted about 15 yards.
Ben Jackson did not give up on the play. Chase Goddard, which is no easy task by any stretch of the imagination. Down the line of scrimmage. That'll probably be our final play of the third quarter, Dino.
A good third quarter. 2 seconds left. We're going to snap it. No, but boy.
Penalty flag.
Yep. Number 12. Blake Johnson, wide receiver, flinched. He was on the near sideline. May have been somebody else.
And we both, in that instance, saw Blake move a little quick.
You got both teams heading to their sidelines. Proud of our officials tonight. They obviously hydrated. There's your offsides call. No cramping from the officials.
And you know what, Dean? Because of that, you can't end the quarter on a penalty. So it's going to be one untimed down that they'll have to go back. So, yeah, they'll have to go back and run the third quarter play.
They just ran Mario off the field.
not many people have had success doing that. So Mario's leaving off the field.
There he is.
I tell you what, Mario is by far the best red hat in the business. You are not starting that game, and
Hey.
Mario does not want you to start.
Good call there, Everett.
I'm pretty good at reading lips on the TV screen.
Yeah?
And the
That's
on-time down hand signal, which is the
All right.
which not every WNBA player, I feel like, they always want to replay, so they all do the finger twirl.
2nd and 14. Pressure coming out of the backfield. Boy, got it laying to the outside. He's got it all the way down to the 42-yard line. That's number 21, Monte Taylor. Boy, they made the most out of that untimed down.
Not Mason Bellamy, but his younger brother, Luke Bellamy, the sophomore there, hanging on for dear life.
Woo.
But when we come back, Monte Taylor and the Iron Horses trying to tie it up here. 12 minutes left to play.
All right, welcome back. Final 12 minutes of week 1 of Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports. We should have a mic on Mario, just hear what goes on in the trenches down there. Like, get out of the way, kid. All right, 1st and 10 from the Hanahan 47-yard line. Bad snap. Goddard gets it, releases it quickly to the outside. There's Kellerman. Might as well add about another 5 or 6 yards to his total.
Yeah, when in doubt, just throw it to Kellerman. He seems to make play after play after play. Nice tackle made by Grayson Mathis. That was nice because that was a high snap, Dean. That could have easily gone over Goddard's head, which would have resulted in a very big loss for Philip Simmons. So a nice job of him not only corralling the bad snap, but being able to get control of it, fire it out to the playmaker
As quickly
himself.
as he did.
Yes.
Because, boy, it was corral, land, throw. 2nd and 6. Ball at the 43. Movement on the right side, nothing called. They go back to the run with
Mr. Taylor himself. The strides he had on that previous play, the
Telling you,
on-time
man.
down, you could tell those long legs just in motion,
Amazing.
covering a lot of ground.
Amazing. Both he and Mathis, very similar the way they run. Long strides, head down, hard runner.
Another 21, long, lanky, great wide receiver.
Wait,
retired from the NFL.
Paul Warfield.
No. got out of the NFL sooner than he probably should have.
3rd and 3. Taylor in the backfield next to Goddard. 3 receivers. Pressure coming from the outside. He's going to roll right, looking right, throws there. Receiver does an unbelievable job of coming back. They're going to say incomplete. That was Patrick Clark coming back.
Oh, he just got a penalty flag. Clark, what happened, Clark, instead of him handing the football to the official, he kind of threw it in disgust because he thought he caught the ball. And the official, they're going to flag him for unsportsmanlike. Yeah, it happened right after the play. So they called it incomplete. He was kind of debating with the officials. The official asked for the football, and he kind of tossed it away from him, and that's why he's going to get the penalty.
Gotcha. Boy, but I got to tell you, well, the job he did to come back for that football was awesome.
If we can take a look at that replay, the little stutter step that Goddard did kind of froze the pressure coming on, which allowed him to get a little more time. If we have that replay back there in the truck, just to kind of show that simple little stutter kind of got the defensive end off the pursuit.
Come over and talk to Hanahan's head coach and tell him.
Well, it's a dead ball penalty, Dean, so it happened after the play, so the play should count, and if I'm not mistaken, they should push them back 15 yards for unsportsmanlike?
I would think so.
So it wasn't a live ball where they had to either accept it or deny. And that was one guy downfield. That penalty's declined. And dead ball, unsportsmanlike, yeah. So the play will stand. It'll be 4th down, and they'll push them back. So that's a costly penalty for the Iron Horses.
I will tell you, we saw in the first half, though, they converted a 3rd and 20.
So they're going to stay on the field. Take a look at the replay here.
Oh, so they lose it down.
So you see the little stutter right there, kind of froze him. And so then you see the play here. He thought he caught it, which I thought he did as well.
So there's confusion now. They think it's 3rd down. They think it should be 3rd down. That's why they're on the field.
And see right here, see he just kind of tossed the football at the end, and that's when he got the unsportsmanlike. But no, the play stands because it was
wait a minute. You said toss it. He kind of flicked it.
Flick, toss.
He wanted it. The ref wanted him to hand it to him.
Hand it to him.
Okay.
But because it's a dead ball penalty, it came after the play, so the play stood, which makes it 4th down. And they take the 15-yard penalty as well.
And they have to take a timeout because they didn't know that it was 4th down. They thought it was 3rd. That's why they have the offense.
Yeah, it's always
on
like,
the field.
geez, that's pretty aggressive on 4th down and 20.
I would like to see the replay of, and I know it's week 1.
Right.
And Cole's doing an amazing job. I would like to see the replay of the no catch.
Yeah, unless the ball moved, and as soon as it happened, you saw the Hanahan sideline coaches waving incomplete, but I think they do that regardless whether it's so. But from the backside, so
look at this guy. Look at this guy.
So right here, unless the ball hit the ground when he brought it down.
I don't know.
Because he looks like he gets his hand under it and he kind of rolls with it right there. I think it's a catch.
I think he had a right to throw the ball at the end.
But with my eyesight,
I think it looked good. I think it was a catch.
By the way,
yeah,
the 21 that I was thinking about, talking about Mr. Taylor,
yeah,
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson was 21?
Yeah, Georgia Tech. Yeah,
oh, Georgia Tech.
Okay. Oh, he was 81
with the Lions.
Yes.
All right, so punt formation now. Ball 45, Philip Simmons. Mathis back. He's going to let it drop, bounce, roll down to the 20, rolls out of bounds about the 18-yard line. So 10:27 left here in the 4th quarter. You got a 7-point lead. Perfect world. You just grind out the clock on the running game. Kill off about 6 minutes to score a touchdown.
That would be great. Make it a 2-possession game. A lot of the scoring tonight has come on big plays. So to make Phil Simmons, at least on their very first score, it was a long, sustained drive. But yeah, you're right, Dean. Try to shorten this game here and get out of here with a win.
Gordine behind Gallus going to get it. Boy, pressure in the backfield. That is number 24, Alex Turk, defensive lineman, senior.
Torque's been all over the field tonight. You've said his name several times. I've attempted to say his name a couple
times.
times.
He's the all-time sack leader in school history.
Well, 6'4", 200. Defensive lineman, looks like he has great speed. You saw that burst off of the line of scrimmage. So it's easy to see why all-time sack leader with a get-up like that.
Gordon's done a nice job. We haven't seen Snodgrass get back in the game after he was injured earlier. Go back to the run in the middle. Big hole opens up. Closes, though, after about a 4-yard gain.
You love seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black helmets around the football, not necessarily leaving teammates on islands by themselves, that kind of gang tackle approach on the defensive side. That's what you love to see, especially here in the fourth quarter when you got to get the football back to your offense.
And you've got Cornell Grant up the field. Looks like he's icing his ankle maybe.
You have to anticipate, Dean, maybe pressure coming here from Philip Simmons trying to get Gallus off his rocker. Might be a great time to throw a little bubble screen or something behind that pressure.
We've got 7 linemen up front. They're going to go back to Gordine. He's going to slip. But I'm going to tell you, I think one of the reasons why is you've got Grant not in the game. He was one of your, 100 and something yards already. Looks like he's nursing an injury. And so you take one of your threats off and you got to stick to the run. So
you're right, Dean. You talked about it. He has those 4 catches for 108 yards. Majority of those came in the first half.
Yeah, nothing
so he's
since.
been quiet since. So good job by that Iron Horse defense making the adjustments and putting more attention and eyes on him.
Nice job by Campbell to get it off. Ball bounces at the 45. Going to go out of bounds, and that is where Philip Simmons will set up shop in Hanahan territory, down 7.
Outstanding field position for the Iron Horses. And we talked about it, Dean. Whenever these two teams get together, you know it's going to be a close one. Usually always the first game to kick off the season. 2 years ago, Philip Simmons eked out a victory, 28-26. Last year, Hanahan won 40-34. So once again, another one-possession game as it stands right now. Let's see if the Iron Horses can tie it up.
4 receivers set. One in the backfield, Taylor. Goddard moves, throws a strike to Kellerman. Wow. The pocket presence of this kid, extraordinary, I think.
And that's thrown across your body. He's right-handed, and he's rolling left and having to throw and being able to have pinpoint precision in terms of delivering that ball right there on the sideline where only his wide receiver could catch it.
Got a Hanahan player down in the backfield. I think that is, again, I think that's Patel. And he's been struggling here ever since he kicked the extra point. All right, well, they work things out on the field. We will take a quick break here, catch a breath, hydrate. Bring you the last 7 minutes, 55 seconds. The Iron Horses threatening to tie the game. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals. And let's take a look at the results for tonight's Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Game, sponsored by Delta Force Athletics, home of Delta Force All-Stars, proudly cheering on the Low Country's high school sports. And as for the totals right now, Hanahan say the home team.
Yeah.
40% Philip Simmons say the visiting team.
That's right. So the home team right now winning on the scoreboard at the football game and also winning in terms of the cheer competition. Two great cheer squads, but congratulations to the, I guess, Lady Hawks?
Yes,
cheer
indeed.
squad. Which is normal. I mean, not normal, because normally the visiting team wins because they're the ones home watching.
Yeah.
Most of the home teams are here. Fans, I should say. A big first down coming up here for the Iron Horses.
At the 31. Gets Taylor in the backfield. Picks up a block. Does a nice job. Opens up to Goddard. That's going to be out in front of Kellerman. They're going to call Taylor on the hold in the backfield.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where
you got to chip him and let him go.
Yeah, or try to push him up the field because Hayes does such a great job of stepping up in the pocket. But yeah, he definitely got him on the hold. That was an easy call. You and I, we just kind of checked, both of us checked our phones.
I think we're fine. I think the ABC News 4 weather app says
I'm no Dave Williams, but usually when I see when I see a bunch of green, red, and yellow on the map, that's usually not good.
I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay.
So first down, was that 20 now?
First and 20 from the 42. They got to get 7. Pressure coming up the middle. Quick release to underneath. I believe that was 18,
Tyrus,
maybe.
Yep. Tyrus Alston again with a big gain.
Go buy some binoculars.
Picked up about second down, and I'd say 7 now. So that was about 13-yard pickup. Yeah.
There he is again. I think Hanahan called a timeout. Boy, and they must have called it quick because that was a quick snap.
Yeah. You could see Philip Simmons trying to do the hurry-up offense. And it seems like that Hanahan defense, Dean, you see a lot of hands on hips right now. They're hanging on. I think the coaching staff could kind of sense that.
I think Campbell's really struggling with his leg injury, number 15.
If I'm not mistaken, Dino, I believe Philip Simmons has 2 timeouts left, and I believe Hanahan may only have 1 left if the scoreboard is correct. So right now, yeah, that Hanahan coaching staff could kind of sense that they were on fumes, allow them to get hydrated, kind of get that push that they're going to need to obviously be able to chase around Hayes Goddard. But you could smell, you got to think, Philip Simmons could smell kind of blood in the water, which is why they were trying to run their hurry-up offense and try to catch Hanahan napping.
You know, and I noticed, too, when we received the rosters this week, Philip Simmons has obviously more folks on their team than Hanahan does. And I think right now you're really seeing that depth come into play. Got it across the middle, and he's got a man. He's got Rico Curry. Scurries into the end zone. Gonna have a tight game here in a minute. The Curry Scurry.
What a throw from Hayes. Got a good one, Dean. I like that one. The Curry Scurry. Kind of got behind the secondary once again. And
got another man down.
Put it right on the money. And the Philip Simmons Iron Horses trailed 21-0 early on, and they've outscored the Hawks 27-7.
Nobody is tending to the man down on the field.
Right
It's
now,
become a war of attrition here.
You know, and Coach Bendig said that in that meeting that, yes, for the first time in a while, the majority of his kids did not have to play both ways. But he had offensive guys, he had defensive guys, and he, you hope that pays off in the fourth quarter, and that's what we're starting to see right now. Is guys are starting to kind of fall, and Philip Simmons appears to be a little fresher. I mean, that was a perfect throw right over the right over the defensive line. Perfect touch, big catch, an extra point away from tying it at 28. Take a look at our stats.
Your Smokes Comfort Control stat update, guaranteed for life since 1962.
Man, Hayes Goddard, 18 for 27 tonight, 279 yards and 2 touchdowns.
As we start looking at our Knights Company's player of the game, joined a team with a leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. He would certainly rise to the top here. But a lot can happen in the last 7:39.
Big extra point coming up here.
And fumbled snap. Wow. Fumbled snap and didn't have an opportunity to let go of the ball.
But that's one of those situations, Dean, you have to just throw the ball up. If it gets intercepted, it gets intercepted, but you got to throw it up and give yourself the chance to possibly come up with pass interference or anything like that. A tip pass, you just can't take that sack there, but sack. But yeah, you see the ball snap.
Kellerman
just kind of rolled back to him. I literally just said a big extra point coming up here.
You were not wrong.
It is now a 1-point game, a huge mishap on the special teams.
With the penalties, with the injuries, with the delayed start, it feels as if we've been here since yesterday. So I think this 7:39 is not going to go by fast. I think that Philip Simmons is going to have an opportunity here to make up for that missed extra point.
Well, the most important thing for Hanahan is now you really have to rely on your run game and shorten this clock. You don't want to snap the ball with more than 2 or 3 seconds left on the play clock. Not necessarily run it 3 straight times. You want to stay within your offense. But yeah, be smart about it and rely on whether it be Snodgrass or Gordine here.
Yes,
the last 7:39.
I'm going to tell you what I would not do right now. I would not kick it to number 1. I would kick it over here towards me. And it goes to number 1. Takes it 15. Mathis waits. Mathis busts to the outside. Cooks again to the outside. High steps a little bit out at the 42-yard line. I mean,
the guy's exciting with the
how many
football.
Return yards does he have tonight?
Liam Doherty there on the stop for Philip Simmons. So let's take a look at the return yards here tonight.
So I think the key here.
How about this, Dean?
What?
Just to let you not to interrupt you. Grayson Mathis tonight, 4 kickoff returns.
Wait.
96 yards.
There you go. No. Can the Hanahan offensive line piece it together? Gordine running back up the middle. Picks up 8 or 9. So let me look here. Offensive lineman, 66, a starter. 54, a starter. 74, a starter. So I think what they've done tonight is they sat those guys the last couple series.
Defensively.
They're Hanahan's offensive line.
Gotcha.
Right? Struggled a little bit. Didn't run the ball. Now you got your fresh starters in for this last 6 minutes of the game. Gallus looks, going to hand it back again. And Gordine doing what Gordine does well. Runs the football, breaks tackles, and puts Philip Simmons in position to score.
And you
25.
You love Gordine switching hands with the football. You want to get him in that outside hands in any event. Somebody came and knocked it out, it would go out of bounds. So as you see right here, he has it in the right hand. Then as you see, he gets into the clear, he switches it to the left hand. Smart play, stiff arm. But again, Dean, if you're Hanahan, don't score too soon, because even if you score a touchdown and kick the extra point, you're only up 8. You get a touchdown and the 2-point conversion away from a tie. So you want to definitely start to milk this clock some.
Gallus looks 2 receivers right, go right back to Gordine. He's going to go back to the left side. Nice tackle, open field.
Devontae Irving on the stop. They definitely found something on that left side. Big gaping holes for the Hawks. Offensive lineman doing a great job here down the stretch. This is when you need it the most in the trench. Fourth quarter, this is why you run those hills in the summertime.
Yep.
This is when it's going to start to pay off for Hanahan.
Like I know, but I know the hill. The Sullivan's Island hill was a killer, wasn't it?
Right there by the old basketball courts.
Look for Mathis down low at the bottom of your screen. Or look for Gordine just to keep crushing the ball. That's going to be a first down and about 5 more. How about that?
Bernard Jenkins on the stop, and you love the leg churning of Mr. Gordine.
Give me Gordine's stats.
Mr. Gordine, he's done a nice job filling in for
Knights Company's player of the game, join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. I've seen that in Gordine tonight. The leadership, the integrity, the loyalty, the excellence.
Before that run, he had 18 carries for 91 yards. And
so he's
touchdowns.
over 100.
Got to be over 100.
1st and 10. Plum Pro plus first down. Go right back to Gordine. I love this. He's going to keep trugging. Yeah.
He's going to be close to a first down. Honestly,
I'm going to tell you right now that Gordine's about to score his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And we got another injured Hawk down, as you see.
Offensive lineman.
And actually, no, Dean, that could not have worked out any better for Hanahan. He did not pick up the first down. And now it's going to be 2nd down and about a long 2.
Are you sure?
So that will, I'm looking at over at the sidelines. That'll allow them to run more plays and take some more time off the clock.
All right. We got the player. Yeah, well, they work out the situation on the field. We will take a break. 5:09 left. 1-point game. Philip Simmons threatening, though, late in the 4th. Welcome back, everybody. Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports. And man, we couldn't have scripted any better.
Always a close game when the Hawks and the Iron Horses get together. This year, no different.
Well, we forget, too, when Philip Simmons opened up, a lot of the Hanahan
Good point.
players went there. Not from these teams. But again, there's still a lot of families and a lot of these individuals that grew up together playing rec ball together, and they split schools.
Clements Ferry, that kind of UG 41 area.
Yep.
Right now, Dean, that extra point looming large. Should the Hawks be able to punch it in here?
In the Roper St. Francis red zone, Roper St. Francis Healthcare for a Life lived here. Gallus snaps it, going to hand it off to who else? Gordine. Gordine in the end zone for the 3rd time.
Yes.
Yes.
Give him a hat trick tonight. 3 tutties.
Gordine feasting. What a beast.
Did I try technical touchdown?
That was your future, that was your college. It's Trident Technical College. I was going back to thinking how good Snodgrass was playing. Gets hurt. Gordine comes in.
Next
and
man
takes
up.
over.
Right now, he'd have to be the leader. Should Hanahan hold on to win this game?
Did you go for 2 right here?
No, sir. Mr.
Do you want to think about it a little bit? He's got a bad leg. Would you go for it now?
Just throw it up. You got to throw it up. You can't run it in. You got to throw it up and give your teammates a chance. And just like that, back to a 7-point game.
Your kicker's got a bad leg. That's all I was saying.
I guess you could see, but
I know. Let's see Gordine. I want to dine. I want to feast. I'm a beast. Wow.
He's done his job tonight.
We see a little bit of everything tonight.
Well, you think about it, he's ran the football so effectively
How many
tonight.
times?
Now
21 carries?
Actually, we got to refresh because it still only has him with 2 touchdowns. But Gordon tonight, 22 carries, 119 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
That's great.
So should Hanahan hold on, get the victory, he's going to have to be our player of the game. And this might be our Lou Gray stop of the game right here. But then again, both teams have missed an extra point, so who knows what the stop of the game is going to be.
I don't think we've had our Lou Gray stop of the game yet. By the way, Lou Gray Opportunity School will give 14 weeks will help you build a brighter future. And again, situation kicking-wise, and a lot of flowers for Sam Campbell playing defensive back, kicking, hurt his leg earlier. What's his kickoff going to look like?
Maybe you do want to just somewhat kick it short so that your kickoff team doesn't have to run all the way down the field. Allows them to break down.
You got Jeremiah Richardson, 17, Patrick Clark, 13. Richardson, the speedster. Richardson going to get the ball. Go far left, my man. Nope. Stays right there and gets turned upside down. I want to see him stretch the field to the other side. I just wanted to see him run. And Campbell is down again with his bad leg. Man, this guy's got heart. Heart.
I think Michael Withers on the stop for Hanahan.
I don't.
Attended to Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell down again, hydrating, but it's.
And a shout out, Dean, to the trainers tonight for really both teams, really all fall camp, not fall, I guess, because it's been very hot, but the length of preparation that these trainers around the low country are having to go through and dealing with the heat and keeping kids hydrated and cramping. Obviously no easy task, so just a big shout out to all of the trainers here in the low country.
I'll be honest with you, I lost my doctor's license years ago.
Right.
I don't think his is a cramp issue. I think maybe it is. I don't know. He's been grabbing kind of the back side of his knee. So I don't know, but a lot of heart out there, man.
Yes, indeed. Both teams leaving it all on the field.
4:27 left. 5 receivers in for Philip Simmons. There's the pass across the middle. Clark catches it this time. May have caught it last time. Pick up a 7.
Luke Bellamy on the stop for Hanahan. And I kind of feel like this is where Hayes Goddard is at his best. When he's got that 2-minute offense, kind of things all over the place and just allowing him to get in that rhythm.
But you want to do that too to keep, you don't want that defensive line to be able to catch their breath. 3-step drop in the pocket.
Big play.
And does a really nice job of covering up the football because he was getting ready to unload that thing.
Lucas Meyer and Donovan Manigault in the right place at the right time to bring down the elusive Hayes Goddard.
You know what the old Denver Broncos used to call that, don't you?
Orange Crush?
That was the Orange Crush.
There you go.
2nd and 13. Big stop by the Hawks defense.
2nd down, and is that 15, Dino?
A little less. 4-man rush, got all day, throws it across the pocket. And there goes number 18, Tyrus Alston, the freshman, who was in 8th grade last year.
That's a tough cover.
He was in 8th grade in May.
That was a tough cover to have him crossing the field and wide open space. Yeah, that's a position that no one wants to be in.
I think they brought 4 last time and they couldn't bring in. Now they're bringing 5. 2-step, zing, right across the middle. Kellerman, another catch. Big hit on Kellerman. That's going to be a flag.
Yeah.
That's going to be targeting, helmet to helmet. Kellerman down the field.
I think the guilty party is going to be Luke Bellamy. I believe the one that made not Luke Bellamy, Michael Withers made the unfortunate, that was textbook helmet to helmet on that last play.
Oof. Kellerman took the first hit, and then as he was kind of spinning around, and that's when Withers came in. Kellerman's rolling over.
And obviously not intentional. One of those situations where you got to lead, you got to keep your head up, be able to read those numbers at all time. And you never want to see this, hopefully. And it was a targeting 15-yard personal foul, so that's going to further move the Iron Horses down the field. You see the paramedics, Dean, to our left.
Now I tell you, we'll have 2 paramedics come out on the field just to assess the situation.
Probably more precautionary.
Yep, absolutely.
Kellerman able to walk off. The little assistance, you'd love to see that. This kid has played his butt off tonight. Done
another 10, 12 yards.
And for Kellerman now, 8 catches, 137 yards. I tell you what, Hanahan's been playing a lot of, I'm assuming it's zone, because the wide receivers for Philip Simmons, they've been running wide open mostly all night, doing a nice job of finding those holes and just sitting down in there. And Goddard, again, being able to be so precise with his throwing, able to take advantage of it all night long.
2:49 left, 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Now flag goes up now. I wonder if this is going to be delay of game. And again, we've been without a 25-second clock for a while.
Oh, sideline warning against Hanahan.
Man, you're so good. You just lay in bed before you go to bed and just look at official signs.
just read the book.
2 hands behind the back, honey. What's that? That is sideline warning. 2:40 on the clock. Goddard, quick slant, quick release. And I think that's the freshman again. Tyrus Alston. Nope. Number 19, Owen Burns.
Talk about a Goddard good night. Goddard now 22 of 31, 300.
You tried so hard on that. I wanted it to work better for you. You were close.
326 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air for Hayes.
Hanahan's coming, bringing 5. They don't get to him. They do now. And he rolls out. Boy, great job on the block. Just let this one go, young man, and he does. Boy, I'm going to give a lot of props to number 71, Sullivan Tallison.
So smart. That maturation, as you see of Hayes, Goddard, to just simply get out of that and just be able to chunk it out of bounds and live for 3rd down.
I think he also had, I think he almost lost that ball for a second.
Big play here with 1:54 left. And also the question, should Philip Simmons score a touchdown?
Yes.
Do you go for the win?
Of course. On the road, yes. Taylor in the backfield. Ball's going to go to him. He's going to go straight ahead. Just what we talked about earlier when he didn't get it on 3rd and short. He kind of danced around looking for a seam, but by that time the Hawk defense got to him, rallied around him. This time went straight ahead. And you know, as good coaches they have over there.
Yes. Big old Sullivan.
That was the first thing they said when he came off the field when he didn't get it earlier.
Sullivan Tallison, 6'2", 290 senior, leading the charge up front. Big old left tackle, trying to push his way and his teammates in.
1st and 10 now.
Clock quickly moving.
1:23. Goddard back, going to keep it, going to take it right up the middle.
flag down. Whatever happens, this will not be a touchdown. Darn good run. God.
I'm telling you, Baker Mayfield, I'm telling you, that's shake and bake.
This thing is coming back and just thrown from the back judge.
Shake and bake. But all for naught. Another spectacular run by Hayes Goddard, negated by a penalty flag.
1:14 on the clock. Defensive back Micah Withers out of the game now.
Just love that leadership of Goddard, just finding a way, just make plays. At the end of the day, when it breaks down, just make something happen. And take a look at that replay, making guys miss and shake.
Blitz up top. And a big sack. They've got 2 timeouts. They're going to use one right here. Got it.
Big sack by number 66, Braden Maduro, the senior, coming up with a huge play from Milan Turner and the Hawk defense, as they'll take that timeout with 58.2 seconds left, Dean.
Yeah, hard to see where that came from. He was looking, looked like he was looking left. You never saw it coming from the right. Great call by the Hanahan defense. Love to see Gallus right there in the defensive huddle, clapping, encouraging.
Well, that's what leaders do. You're not just the leader of your offensive unit, you're the leader of the football team. You're the captain. You're the guy that's encouraging those guys. Hang in there. 2 more plays, finish it off. We can get out of here with our first victory of the season. Taking some of the size of some of these high school kids and to be able to move as well as they do and so light on their feet. It's just something to see, as we saw in that last play, the big sack by Hanahan and Braden Maduro.
Again, 5 receivers set. Hanahan probably bring pressure.
Pick up, try to get.
They will, straight up the middle.
Again.
And a tackle from the backside. Got to have one more timeout, and they'll call it with 50 seconds left.
This time it's the other big defensive tackle.
They're not going to call the timeout here.
Elijah Mitchell on the stop.
It was kind of a delayed blitz. He came around from the outside, went right at the middle, and forced a problem.
It's 3rd down at about 25 right now, or maybe even more.
He's got Clark set far side to the right.
Taking a lot of time, Dean.
He wings it off his back foot. Caught. Unbelievable catch. Unbelievable result. Touchdown. Hayes Goddard from his back foot. Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, the dude just makes play. The playmaker. Hayes Goddard felt the pressure, almost sacked, able to elude
and just
the pressure. Just threw it up.
And who did he find? He found the freshman.
That
Give
kid,
me those stats.
I keep telling you, 8th grade, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and chips at lunch, and now last year, and now playing on the big stage at Philip Simmons.
That's Smoke's Comfort Control stat update coming up. We wanted the numbers on this super freshman kid, Tyrus Alston.
5 catches, 91 yards.
How about that?
And a touchdown in his debut. And as Dean and I both predicted, or I should say Dean predicted, no hesitation at all. It's do or die. Philip Simmons is going for the win. Sometimes, Dean, the best play is the one that is not scripted. Just ad-lib. Just tell guys to run to the open space and throw it up and let your playmakers have a chance to make a play.
I'm surprised, honestly, that Hanahan did not call a timeout. I don't think the defensive coaches liked what they saw. They were almost waving the linebackers forward. They wanted more pressure there. But let's go for 2, shall we, boys?
I tell you what, they better give the ball to number 9, Hayes Goddard, and see what he can do, because the guy just makes it happen.
He's got Taylor
in the backfield with him. Power to the right side. Receivers, Clark, Curry on the right. Is he going to roll out? He's going to roll out. Who's he got? He's got options. Throws it in the back of the end zone. Doesn't complete it. The defensive stand by Josiah Smith, number 13. What an amazing game. An amazing performance, Gutty, from both sides.
Wow. You like the play call. Rolling right. He's right-handed. The sprint draw out.
But I'll tell you
just
what.
Trying to find, but they had it schemed perfectly.
Hanahan did a great job. They had covered it perfectly. And who was there? Elijah Mitchell, big offensive lineman. Number 13, not number 12. Yep, Josiah Smith.
You know what, Dean, though?
What's
if
that?
you go back, take a look at that replay. Blake Johnson, the wide receiver, if we can take a look at that replay again, he actually falls down in the back of the end zone. If he gets up and moves to his right, he's wide open. If we could get Cole and the guys in the truck to run that replay again, we can show you where it looks like he either fell or lost his footing. But actually, I want to see the other view from behind because you can't see it here. But we could get one more. Let's go back to the other view.
From the other end zone.
The one,
Who fell down?
It's the very first. That's why the camera. I need the higher view that we saw. Maybe the one above us, if we could get that view. There we go. Watch 12 in the backfield right there.
Oh,
he got tripped. If he gets up, he's wide open. There's nobody over there.
Good work, Cole.
Yeah, Cole in the truck. Guess I can't give him a tip afterwards.
You got it. Yeah. All right, onside kick here. 19 seconds left. You get 6 Iron Horses. Ball takes a bounce. There's the bounce right into the arms of the Hawks, and that'll seal the deal. Wow.
Back wins for Hanahan in this series. Last year it was 40-34. This year, 34-33. What a game here tonight.
We know the Will Lou Gray stop of the game. We got that one figured out.
Yep, the biggest stop of the night.
Josiah Smith, but I also loved number 77, Elijah Mitchell. That kid has been battling all night, stretching out on the sidelines. Makes a nice jump to kind of, he altered the ball at all.
I tell you what, we know who our player of the game is.
And then we got the player of the game, the Knights Company's player of the game. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence.
Elias Gordine, the sophomore, pressed into action.
Ooh.
And all he did was carry the ball.
Sorry, but the ball was rolled back to Gallus. But that would be the last snap of the game.
Hanahan now with a 2-game winning streak. This is a rivalry that's one of the best ones in the Low Country. A heck of a ball game. Sad that one team had to lose. Both teams left it on the field. Great night, our great opening to our 2026 Friday Night Rivals football season.
Unbelievable game. And it was so unpredictable in that, yes, I know we never know who's going to win or lose, but early on it was going to be a rout.
Yeah,
right. It was going to be 21-0, and then all of a sudden the defensive coordinator got into some ears for Philip Simmons and changed really the momentum. The offense came to life. We saw just the excellence of their quarterback Hayes Goddard. And then we kind of stalled out, and all of a sudden excitement in the last 30, 40 minutes.
Both teams fought through it. Congratulations to Hanahan.
Our player of the game tonight,
Mr. Gordine.
Yep.
9.
Pretty interesting.
22 carries unofficially, 119 yards. Not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns for Mr. Gordine.
Gordine. He wants to dine, he wants to feast because he's the beast, and he's just a sophomore. So, yes, let's go to break. And when we, do you want to go to break now, Cole? All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we will wrap this thing up with our trophy presentation, courtesy All-American Awards. Appreciate them. And then we are back in 2 minutes. Hang with us. All right, welcome back, everybody. Big win for the Hanahan Hawks. Nevaeh Gordine, our player of the game, and Trooper Bob now down with the Hawks. Trooper Bob, you can hear me?
I'm down here with number 9, Gordine, player of the game. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. Coach, we're almost in the Saturday morning. We had a late start, almost a Saturday morning. How happy are you right now?
I'm extremely happy. Our guys played with guts tonight. This was a culture win, yeah. So just really proud of them. This was a culture win. Just played with guts, guys going down, first game of the year against a rival, so really proud of them.
You have to be really proud also of your defense to hold Philip Simmons from scoring there right at the end with just a couple seconds left in the game.
Yeah, that was huge. We had the timeout, we had a chance to talk to him, and we just said, hey, we got to strain, we got to make a play, and they made the play.
Congratulations. Here's your trophy. I'm going to let you celebrate with your team.
How about that? Hanahan Hawks, 34-33 win over Philip Simmons tonight. And boy, we got to see some athleticism on the field. We got to see some excellence out there on the field as well. Thanks to All-American Awards, that trophy presentation sponsored by them, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. As for our Knights Company player of the game, we just heard it, Nevaeh Gordine. He and his team, leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. 3 touchdowns tonight, came in after Snodgrass was injured. And Snodgrass played great.
You hear it, next man up. You have to be ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. The sophomore today, Gordine, did just that, and that's why he is our Knights Company player of the game.
It was the thing I loved about him tonight is he could run between the tackles. Mm-hmm. And he could score touchdowns, obviously, his nose right in the end zone. But he also could pop it to the outside and showed speed and the ability to break tackles.
Yeah, to make people, miss as well. And so being able to, the moment was not too big for him. Again, a rivalry game, the first game of the year. Everybody's jacked up, and he showed that composure and that maturity that you would like to see in your skilled players. Again, the offensive line did a great job tonight opening up the big holes for him, which allowed him to rush for 119 yards on 22 carries. And as you mentioned, Dean, 3 touchdowns.
And you know what I love? This is the final thing I love about this kid tonight. is you get the roster, you see who the starter is.
Yeah.
Right? This is a kid who steps up and carries his team with the help of a lot of other guys out there tonight to pick up the win.
Just being ready. And that's the moral of the story is you never know when your time is here. You're always just a sprained ankle away from being forced into action. That's why you have
over
to be
20
ready.
carries.
Exactly.
Right.
And he did it tonight on a very challenging night in terms of we saw all of the cramping issues throughout the night.
And our Will Lou Gray stop of the game, Will Lou Gray Opportunity School. Give us 14 weeks and we will help you build a brighter future. And, of course, that stop of the game was the game-winning stop. Will Lou Gray.
No questions here. The two-point conversion, if they hit here, Philip Simmons probably gets the one-point victory, but the defense stepping up, coming up at the right time, and that's why it's our Will Lou Gray stop of the game.
I'm going to tell you real quick. My guy, number 77, tipped that football.
Got a hand on it.
Tipped that football. I love it. What a great night. As for what we've got coming up next, our schedule of games, some really, really good football games coming up.
Next week we'll be up in North Charleston, Berkeley Stags. We'll get the chance to see Henry Rivers in person against Fort Dorchester. And then, of course, the Battle of Mount Pleasant on September 4th, that being Labor Day weekend. Lucy Beckham and Wando. Then, of course, Oceanside at Ashley Ridge. But it's going to be a great season of high school football every Friday night right here with Dean and I, and just looking forward to just a great season.
All right. We thank everybody for joining us. Thanks, everybody in the truck, Cole, the production crew out here early when it was super hot, pulling cables, setting everything up. Couldn't have done it without you guys. It is an honor and a privilege to do these games, and thank you, everyone at home, who had an opportunity to watch us. We have fun. And had a great game tonight. Can't wait to see you next Friday night.